I bet you Jimmy G was doing the same thing after the game. My God, Jimmy. Hi, Elisa. I don't even know what to tell you. I read 2 or 3 different copies of the same news to make sure that nobody made a mistake. And, hey, you know what? I have not seen yet. I've not seen Grant Cohn's. His assessments of things are always a little more severe. I haven't seen his write-up yet, but I'm sure he's. Boy, I bet you Grant's going to go buck wild. But that's and he'd be right today. Anyway, looking at the injuries. George Kittle still got that calf tightness, so he missed his second straight day in a row. Joe Staley felt a little pain in the pec. He was held out of team drills. And mind you, these things may not be serious, but if there's the slightest inkling, and I imagine the new training and strength and fitness team and all the sports science people, they're probably saying, don't push it. If this is that time of year, don't push it. So if there's a slightest guy, even if a guy says a slight headache, send him home or send him to the locker room, do anything, but don't keep pushing things that are hurting. And I like that. So Joe's going to let that rest. If there is any problem with his pec, take a good look at it, make sure it's going to be okay. Don't further tear things up. And Greenlaw, a little stinger, and Levine Tololo, shoulder. They did not practice. Although this is kind of a strange thing because I think, remember what I said. It says here in the report, Greenlaw has a stinger, Levine Tololo, shoulder. They did not practice. And Greg Maben did not finish practice due to a right calf injury. Would have been a good day for him to practice because if Jimmy G was out here handing out things, he should have been there for that because he never is. C.J. Beathard. C.J. returned to practice today. Thumb was hurting, but C.J. said, hey, wrap it up. I'm ready to go. He's a tough guy, So he did participate in today's team drills. And good. Because I didn't want to see him go out like that. I don't care what anybody, no matter how you feel about a player, man. He's been with us for a long time. He's one of our guys. I don't know how you, may feel or not, but he's still one of our guys. We want him to do the best he can. Anyway, the headline today is Garoppolo has not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He has 5 interceptions. Defensive secondary annihilation. Full. Oh! It was 80 degrees out there this morning at 10:15 a.m. when the guys got underway and got started. It must have felt like 120 degrees for Jimmy G. I could see the sweat just pouring off his head with that look of frustration on. Jimmy threw 5 NTs, and I mean 5. That in itself, mind-boggling. It's bad. But to throw them all in a row, good Lord, stop the music. Man, okay. What happened was the first question, right? So Coach Shanahan responds to the question and says, quote, he threw it to the wrong team 5 times in a row. Captain Obvious. He jested, right? He says, I was a defensive coach today, so I was pumped. But no, the defense did a great job today, and obviously he struggled. All this unusual madness came near the end of a strong training camp in which G had never thrown more than 1 INT in a practice, and immediately concerns about his recovery from that torn ACL he sustained last September started simmering. Yeah, it would. Because, come on, this is strange. Every member of the starting secondary helped themselves with some heaping helpings of Jimmy G. It was like they were in a buffet breakfast line. It was just terrible. I mean, they were hitting him up in succession. Tarvarius Moore had 2 INTs. Kowalski T, Richard Sherman, and Spoon, they helped themselves to 1 each. Jimmy G and Kowalski T, they walked off the field together after Kowalski nearly had a 6 pick on G in the final snap of team drills. Jimmy. Well, you know what? Mrs. Garoppolo's going to have to come on back into town and start fixing him his breakfast or something because G's pick fest began suddenly and strangely when first he tried to thread a deep pass to tight end Ross Dwelly, who was blanketed by Quan Alexander, and the pass caromed off Dwelly's right hand. Boom. And there was Kowalski T. I actually never get mad when a ball bounces off a receiver's hands. If I had my way, I'd change the whole setup. where anything that hits a receiver's hands, it's going to be a judgment call. I'm not putting that on the QB. I'm putting that on the receiver. Anyway, but what was really disturbing was that G's final 4 INTs were relatively easy for the D. He targeted Matt Breida deep down the right sideline, but the pass hung in the air and was grabbed by that man, Tarvarius Moore. Jimmy does that on occasion. He throws a duck. I don't know if it slips out of his hand or what, but he does that on occasion. He's got to stop it. He targeted Dwelly in the right flat, but Sherman stepped in front of it en route to a would-be pick six. We're just getting started on these. In a red zone drill on a play from the 4-yard line, he looked at Dante Pettis, who was well covered by Witherspoon in the left corner of the end zone. He briefly looked away from Pettis before setting his right sight on him again. Telegraph, Jimmy, telegraph. Oh! It was an easy pick for Spoon. In red zone work on a play from the 8-yard line, G targeted Dwelly for the middle near the goal line, but Tarvarius Moore again jumped around and took off for another potential pick six. And with his speed, 5 or 6 yards downfield, that he is gone. That's it. Shanahan tried to explain Garoppolo's meltdown, saying, quote, "You want so badly to make it up the next play, but the next play, you've still got to make the right decision and take what the defense gives you. You cannot get mad. You can't get frustrated. You can't have revenge on your mind. You got to keep a clear head." Jimmy didn't. Sometimes it's hard to make the right decisions when you're fired up and competitive, and usually when you make a bad play, it makes your mind go a little bit sideways. So that's why it is sometimes a good situation to put guys in. When that does happen, sometimes you try to protect them a little bit in the game, but in practice it's the exact opposite. When there's an issue, you kind of poke it. You poke at it a little bit more to see how guys react. G did finally settle down and later found his footing on a 2-minute drill, completing 4 of 6 passes to drive the offense to the 6-yard line with under 10 seconds left. Then suddenly, Kwaski T again breaks up on G's pass to Jordan Matthews at the 1-yard line on the final play of practice. Suddenly, on the sidelines, out of nowhere, Daniel Powder's sitting over there singing, "Well, you had a bad day. You Jimmy! Oh! What? Jimmy G completed 12 of 25 passes. It's less than 50%. He did have 2 short TD passes in red zone work. He threw a 2-yard score to Jalen Hurd in a bubble screen and had a 2-yard shovel pass TD to Kyle Juice. Boy, Tyler, don't call me, man. I'm telling you, don't correct me on that again. Shanahan said about that this: "I thought he did play better at the end of the 2-minute drive, and in the red zone, we hit a rough spot. I was happy for the defense, but the offense is going to have about a day and a half to think about all of this," unquote. Meanwhile, Nick Mullins, over on 10 of 13 for Nick's there. 10 of 13 passes on one of his incompletions. He should have been 11 of 13. One of his incompletions was a drop by undrafted rookie tight end Tyree Mayfield. Mullins threw a 40-yard TD. Mrs. Kendrick's baby boy has reasserted himself today in practice. He'd better do it again next week in practice. Should I say this week in practice? Monday night, Kendrick. Monday night. You better get all of us that lost face on you the other day back. Oh! He beat safety Anton Exum. And wait, here's the news of the day. Wait for it. Malcolm Smith had, and the word excellent is employed here, excellent coverage before breaking up a pass from Mullins the Born. And there's CJ. Good for CJ. He completed 6 of 8 passes, wrapped up thumb and all. And there's that name again, Tyree Mayfield, who's probably on his last few minutes He also dropped one of his throws, one of CJ's throws. And also CJ had an 8-yard TD to that man, Red Kendrick. Kendrick knows, boy. Kendrick, you having a bad day, man. Oh, don't do it. So Kendrick had a good day today, and Jimmy didn't. Fam. You know what I do see, though, in this? I see a lot of teachable moments. There's no need to panic and get all crazy and start talking about how he was always a bust and he's always doing INTs, because he doesn't. You have one day like that. It's not definitive of who you are and what you do. So this is a bad day. And as I say, I'm kind of glad it happened, though. For one reason, this. You're gonna see this, and now there's a lot of teachable moments in there, like I say. And Coach can sit down and talk to him. And for all we know, Shanahan orchestrated that just to make sure it happened, just so he could bring his, confidence is one thing, but you don't want a guy to get so far into himself that he thinks, man, I'd do anything I want to do. I'm Jimmy G. And he does like to throw in a lot of tight windows, and he's a gunslinger. That's what Jimmy G does. He is that kind of a quarterback, and I like that because I don't want to see a game manager or a guy that's tentative and misses opportunities because he's scared. Fear doesn't have any place in the NFL. Or football, period, for that matter. So, yeah. Let's go on up here and get some of your assessments on what happened today. Are you concerned? Or do you think it was just one of those days? Or are you one that's already, and I've already seen it, put Mullins in, okay? And Niner Rich, man, I saw your earlier comment. I was laughing too. And Niner Rich says, now who's going to be the first one to come in and overreact to Jimmy G's INTs? He's taking his statement back. But he does say here this, and this is very profound to what we're talking about today. He says the other day, Tom Brady was picked off 4 times in practice. It happens. Jimmy will be fine. Not every practice is going to be great. And I concur on that one, too. Action Figure Archive. What's up? Action Figure Archive. I love that name. What's up? And Raul Oropesa. Where all I know is if that. So, all I know is that if our offense isn't moving the ball in preseason, it won't in regular season. Just look at the years past. Hopefully we get the offense going. Oh, that offense is going to be stymied. That's not going to happen. You saw Jimmy G. You're probably not going to see again for God knows how long. Jerry Fresh from the Fresh Perspective channel. Check Terry Fresh by just clicking him. Get on over there and get some fresh perspective. I can't, Jerry. You've got to have some perspective on this day too. Put everything in light. Also, right? Hey, she says, why are you flexing on everyone tonight? Why are you flexing? I'm not. I'm just saying. Slick68, what's up, Rambo? Thank God you started the show, Slick. I wouldn't miss today, man. As soon as I saw the headlights, oh my God, Jimmy, you got to take your vitamins. Hey, Jimmy, you forgot to eat your Wheaties. Antoine, Speedy Battle. I'm a word here. Jimmy worries me. Antoine, don't worry. Man, Speedy Bat. Elisa's not worried. Elisa? Elizabeth Archia. It's Archaea. She's a Chia. Anyway, important reminder, watch Brick by Brick. Hey, she's right. Because her episode came out today. I was about to watch that, too. I just got running around. I'll always do that. Easy the Third. Yo, what up, Empire? Ronbo. Thank you, Easy the Third. Alan Punt. Mahomes threw 11 picks in one practice last training camp. It happens. These are gunslingers, that's going to happen to them. A Niner Rich, hopefully the secondary keeps that same energy in real games. I know, right? See? And Josh, Texas boy, Josh says, Texas boy said he was called in tonight. Are you going to take his call? Yeah, oh yeah. Remember Rudy used to call in here like it was okay. And we used to listen to what he had to say. Texas boy, if he calls in tonight to talk about Jimmy G's INTs, boy, we're having fun with him because, he's got all kind of vulnerabilities being a Dallas Cowboy fan. James Toomer, you got to give me a shout out. Niner for life. Hey, James, what's up? Hey, and Kenny says, our team's looking better and better. I got to give credit to these new coaches. We picked it up. Kenny, you knew this was going to happen. As soon as we got to, look at the Revs. Boy, I know the Revs got something to say about this. Let me pick up my ears, put them on, and say, Rev, you need to come on in here and give some consoling anyway. Oh, it's happening.
Ronbo.
Rev. They're out there holding. I believe they brought one of them witch doctors in. He's out there with the black pepper and the flour, sprinkling it all over the place, doing all kind of dances. You know.
No, we don't believe in bad juju out here. We don't believe in that. We're gonna jump into this one real good tonight. Well, let me start it off. Shout out to my family worldwide. That red and gold, rep that beautiful color 24/7, 365. Shout out to the man Ronbo that gives us this platform to speak our minds and our hearts about our faithfulness to our 49ers. Well, got that out the way. So, let's jump into it. Let's just get into it. First off, I want to say, if Texas boy, if you're listening, whatever, you don't even need to think about talking. Y'all wanting to pay Dak Prescott $40 million a year? Slap your damn self. That's all I got to say.
Twice.
Slap your damn self. like that is slap your damn self. That's all I want to say about that. Anyway, I love this today. I love this. I love that defense came with energy today. It's okay. It's going to happen. All right. He threw 5 interceptions in a row. I was shocked. I was like, what? Oh, the defense must be pissing him off. Get at him. Get at him. Because that's the competition is what's going to make you better. And I like that this defense came out with the mindset of, we're not going to allow this dude to shred us today. Let's play lockdown. And that's what these boys did. They played lockdown, period. That gives me a lot of excitement as far as how hard they're working as a unit to make themselves better. It's going to get better come week 1. It's pain and punishment, family pain and punishment, and we're starting off on the right foot, and I like it. Just keep battling. Just like you said earlier, Ronbo, don't have them out there overloading, getting hurt, and all that. So just shout out to the training staff, doing what y'all need to do. But defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. And today, the defense won. The defense won.
Oh, did they?
Period. Period. Let's take this same momentum that we're going into practice and take that each and every game. That's all we can do. That's the whole point about this training camp. Like, I like to hear that, the defense had 5 picks today. Hell yeah. Yeah. Me being a former DB, that's like the greatest feeling in the world when we picking off the quarterback. That tells me we reading him. We are, don't do it. Don't do it. And I mean, the boys, they were jumping routes. They were swatting balls. They were getting at them. They were getting at them.
Yes.
And it's family. It's going to get better, man. Like, and I'm not worried about statistics and all that. Listen, I'm worried about when we go out there, when that ball is kicked off, we about business. Period. We are about business. And that was shown today. So hopefully it'll be shown Monday when we play the Broncos. Just come out with some good intensity. I like to see a good game.
Monday night.
I want to see movement. I want to see that defense getting in there. I want to see these young boys coming in there, filling these roles and making statements. Making statements, because that's what this is about. Because I'm telling you, boy, Tampa Bay, I'm going to keep saying it every time I get on the Ronbo show, I pray for you. I pray for you because pain and punishment is coming. I pray for you. It's that mentality that we have in that locker room now, is that these guys know what it takes, and they're building their brotherhood, they're building that unity, and that's what's making it, a great atmosphere to work in. And it was shown today on the field. So I'm not going to get worked up like, oh my God, Jimmy G, blah, blah, blah. It happens. Like, it happens. I'm pretty sure back in 1994, Steve Young was pissed off every time he tried to throw Deion Sanders' side. I'm pretty sure it happened. I'm pretty sure it happened. So that's why I'm not feeding into, oh, Jimmy, blah, 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 blah. It's okay. Like, defense wins championships, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I ain't going to hold you up. Everybody be safe, be cool. You know what I'm saying? Just rep them colors, piss other fans off. If you see some Broncos fans, just remind them the Super Bowl score 55-10. Most points scored in the Super Bowl. Hurt their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like go at it. Like, it is
Crush.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? Orange Crush. Straight up. Orange Crush soda. Like y'all Fanta orange. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worrying about that. Hey, love y'all. Y'all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nature Boy in the building. You know, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! Rivers out. Stay tuned. Sunday, Book of Champions. This is how we're going to do it.
Yes.
49 and faithful. Family, stand up. Stand up. Rep that. Ronbo, I thank you. We love you for giving us this platform.
Thanks, fam.
And y'all know how we're going to do it, man. We Niners for life. Let's do this. I'll holler at you.
Hey, Rev. I mean, I'm talking. I feel so much better. Rev, good stuff. I'll see you this Sunday, then, if you get a chance.
No
if you
doubt.
have tomorrow, go back. Yeah.
Peace.
See you this weekend. All right, Rev. Appreciate you, fam.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, we got to keep everything. You got to keep everything in proper perspective. Don't overreact. Oh, I know. Oh, Ronbo, you gonna talk about somebody overreacting? Like my mom and dad used to always say, "Don't do like I do. Do like I tell you to do." Jacob Aguilar, what up? Jordan Keller, what's up? Matt asks, what up, Ronbo? Shout out from Bend, Oregon. Hey, Ben, how you doing, Matt? And Clark's Auto Group. Clark's Auto Group? I be listening, bro. Who could that be? I'll bet it's Sean the Jeweler. My Sean. Michael Hank says, did you hear Chris Long say Brady might be... yeah. That's going around now. It's going to hit viral. It's going to hit a viral level in the Niner community, and you already know that, man. Chris Long said Brady might retire his career to play for the 49ers and maybe Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy goes back to the Pats. So what do we do for our future? Brady comes back for 1 year, does his swan song, and now what? No, it's not going to happen. Maybe, though, if Tom were to come back and he just wanted to be on our team, and then, maybe every now and then he get in the game and let Jimmy take a couple of games off or something. Because that's the only guy you can do to have somebody take a day off is Tom Brady, right? No, it's a joke. But I did hear it, Michael. Daniel Andre, Jimmy G is going to show the world that Tom Brady was so afraid. Is that the complete message there? There must be more. I imagine you're going to say afraid of him, which is why I had him shipped out. But they're good buddies, though, so it's kind of hard to understand it. Will, come on in here, my player partner, Will.
What's going on, man?
Well, it's like, you turn on the TV or any other monitor to see what's going on around the world, and get the news, and the headline reads, and your first thing you do is, what? It was the same impact for us 49er folks. You read the headline, and you open up your monitor, your phone, or whatever, and you look, what? Hey, Will, what we got to remember is this. Jimmy G, for as good as he is still going to have them days and them moments, especially in practice, when the defense just whoops his little butt. That's all there is to it. It ain't going to be consistent, I doubt. But what are your assessments? Have you decided that you're going to go to the doctor and get some medication behind this? How you going to do?
No, man, Jimmy G fine, man. Man, he has his ups and downs, man. That's just practice, man. It's iron sharpens iron. Defense gonna always look at film and see what you got going on. So Jimmy G all right. I mean, I saw a report on Twitter that Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions today. He threw 4 more yesterday. So I mean,
so Jimmy might be ahead of most of these guys.
I mean, all good quarterbacks have their bad days. So it is what it is, man. It's just. Maybe Kyle Shanahan was trying out some new plays and, to test out the defense. And the defense just came up and did good. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah,
who knows? But
Will, hold on a second. Guys, okay, Roberto, we don't allow any racism, and you know this, all right? Guys, let's not get into political arguments, please. And that goes for everybody. There is no racism tolerated, guys. Roberto, chill. All right. Apple sucks. I've never seen you before, but you're going to have to straighten it up. All right. Thank you. All right, Will, go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, y'all quit all that bullshit, man. So if I come smack you. All right, but anyway, man. But yeah, man. Like, I mean, Jimmy G be all right, man. You know, this is what really matters. We need to see what Jimmy G do against the Broncos at the joint practice. That's what we need to be focusing on. So he's not going against his own defense. He's going against the Broncos defense. And this kind of is a semi-rehearsal of who was making progress and who's not. You see what I'm saying? Because we got to play these guys in the regular preseason game. So, you know, we got to, you know, this is gonna separate who's making progress and who's not. You know, so all the wide receivers, we're gonna see what they're gonna do against the Broncos, the running backs, the linemen, the DBs, and you know, we gonna see what Witherspoon got. We got to see what Jimmy Ward got. We got to see what Kwasi got. You know, so this is the real test. So you know, this is what we need to be on point against the Broncos, even though it's joint practice. But we gotta be sharp. We gotta look good. We gotta let them know that, you know, we're a better team than you, whether it's practice or preseason or whatnot. So we don't need to be hearing Jimmy G throwing 5 interceptions with the Broncos.
You know what though, Will? I would bet a lot you're not going to see that against the Broncos. First of all, the Broncos know nothing about what we're doing, and Will, on the down low, I have a feeling somehow that Kyle set that up. I think he kind of knew. I think he's trying to reel Jimmy in and put him up against some adversity to see how he handles it. You know, because that has a place as a training tool as well. Does he fold under pressure? And today he did. And so I'm sure Kyle and Jimmy are having a long talk after practice about composure, cool, and all them other things. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So Jimmy G, all right, man. Great quarterback, had their ups and downs in practice, man. It's practice, man. When you practice on something, you're gonna do good. Sometimes you're gonna do bad. But when it all comes down to the real deal, you gotta give all that. Shout out to Jersey Joe.
It's a drive.
That's no problem, man.
It's a Jersey Joe drive-by.
Yeah, shout out to Jersey Joe, man. But yeah, man. Like I say, man, we gonna find out. We're gonna find out who's really making progress on this team, going against another football team. So we gonna find out. We're gonna find out what's going on these next couple of days. So I believe Jimmy G gonna be all right. I believe the defense gonna be cool, because you know we going to get Joe Flacco, man. Joe Flacco, that man hasn't been since I don't know when. So.
Well, the Super Bowl, Will, and you know what? Flacco has never been a franchise quarterback. And I understand when people go to the Baltimore area, sometimes reporters go in there, and people will say, is Joe Flacco a franchise quarterback? Nobody wants to answer. He lucked out. He had no business getting paid all that money. He had no business beating us in the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco's been the biggest flake and got paid mad money going down from the reputation of that Super Bowl. Man, whoop his butt.
Well, Ronbo, to be honest with you, I don't think Joe Flacco beat us in that Super Bowl. I think the refs beat us in that Super Bowl, because
that's what I'm saying.
Jimmy Smith held Crabtree in that end zone on that fade route. They never called it. That what cost us the game. So that was the refs helped them out. So I mean, but Joe Flacco is still relevant. He's not gonna make no noise. And I mean, Big Fangio should have stayed at DC. I don't know why he's a head coach, but we gonna see. We gonna find out. We gonna find out what he made out of.
Hey, Will, that's you. You know, Fangio's calling that. This is a good test for the 40. He's gonna go vanilla. Fangio's not gonna get crazy out there with his defensive schemes, but it's gonna be interesting to see what he's done to the mentality of that defense. You know. So
we definitely gonna find out. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out, man. I know you got other calls away, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT fan, my player partner Dre, man. Y'all already know what it is. Fuck the Rams. Fuck sorry ass Rudy. They lost the Super Bowl. They only scored 3 points in it, and they scored 3 points this past preseason game, and they still broke.
Well, I'll see you this weekend. Thanks, fam.
All right, man.
Ignite. You know, it's interesting too. Rudy must think, well, one thing about those 49er fans, lame as they are, I left my fingerprint on that place. We still talk about Rudy. Can I see what's going on between our battling duo? Are they okay? All right. Guys, now what I don't want to do is have to start timing guys out, Apple and Rudy. All right. Chill out with the racism, guys. Serious. Jacob Aguilar, anyone crying about training camp picks deserves to sweat. Rather be now than later. Yes. Richie Wright. Tom Brady also threw four. Well, everybody knows about Tom throwing his picks. And he's considered the best of a generation, so, Rich Wright went around and collected all the quarterback mess-ups. All right. This is also Matt Ryan threw 4 picks in practice in 2016, the year they went to the Super Bowl. Hey, Rich, that's a serious investigation. It's cool to be you. So what up? What's up? It's cool to be you. Antonio, hey, at a Niner Empire, we're going to be all right. We're going to bring pain and punishment. See, there you go. The Rev, his teachings are rubbing off. But all gas, no brakes. Let's go check out David. Dave, this is what you need. This is David. You'll get some comedy relief on this situation. The tales and times of Jimmy G. Dave.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. Hey, David.
Oh, sorry, I had to retrieve from my kid's room. He's watching some American Idol thing or something like that. I don't know.
Oh yeah, well that's it. American Idol is special.
Yeah. So the Rev said it right. Every quarterback has a bad day. I mean, Joe Montana probably threw picks to Eric Wright and Dwight Hicks, and
and he's probably out there dancing and celebrating.
Guys.
Oh, Dave, can you imagine? You got Dwight Hicks on your team and his hot licks, and the last thing you want to do is throw an INT. And I could just see him now. Okay, guys. No, oh, God. Okay, here we go. We got to wait for 5 minutes.
Exactly. And same thing, he might do a couple picks to Ryan Lott. I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of the quarterbacks. And, what are you going to do, right? But I'll tell you.
You're going to learn. Good mistake.
We're going to beat the living crap out of Joe Flacco if he plays for a while.
Because he is.
And
he's beatable.
He had a long time coming to him. He got lucky in the Super Bowl. You're right. He got lucky.
He did.
They dealt us a bad hand. They should have ran Gore a little bit more, but who cares? Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Kind of brings it back in sour.
It's really painful.
It's sour. Yeah, it is. I'm still kind of upset about that. But you know what's funny? This is the thing that when I think about that, it really doesn't like it hurts, but it doesn't bug me. Going, oh man, we lost the Ravens. It really doesn't really bug me, If we would have went to the Super Bowl, lost to the Raiders, I'd have been dying,
Suicide watch, the entire empire. Remember Raiders are walking around talking smack. Oh, we'd still be hearing it, David.
Oh yeah.
My God, those are some.
Yep.
Who?
Well, I remember my son's godfather. He's a Raider fan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He calls me and he goes, "Oh, so you guys lost the Super Bowl, huh?" I said, "Yeah, we lost." I go, "But you guys took a shellacking from the Buccaneers, so I don't know what you guys are talking about."
And why are you calling me, right?
Oh yeah, I said, you guys got your ass handed to you by the Buccaneers in that Super Bowl. We lost barely. You guys got the crap kicked out of you guys. So I would be talking anyways, But yeah, I don't know. So yeah. So what the injury thing is it getting really bad? Is it really piling up for us, or? David, I mean, looking at it a little bit here and there, but I can't tell what's going on.
David, I think it's science fiction. I really do. I think the 49ers are laying people up and making sure that even if you have a slight ache, Something you'd probably play on if there was a game. For all right, take the day off. Well, coach, I'm fine. No, you are not fine. You will take this day off. I'm sure it's like that.
Right,
It's
right, exactly.
not taking any chances.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And you know what, Jalen Hurd, when I was watching the highlights, you know what that guy he reminds me of?
Who?
He reminds me of a faster Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, there's a good comparison too.
Back in his prime, though, not now, in his prime. When
I remember that, Fitz.
Yeah, I mean, he reminds me of him. And I was like, man, this guy's good, man. I think this guy's gonna be really good, man. He might even beat out some guys for number 1 and number 2 receiver on starting day.
Well, that's the thing. They've been trying to draft for the last 2 years. Can they draft a number 1 type of receiver? Shanahan's still going to spread the ball all over the field, but you get that one guy that you can depend on.
Yeah, I think he's that guy. But it's kind of nice because you target him knowing that you want a number 1, like a receiver threat. You're looking for the guy, you're targeting him instead of accidentally falling upon him. Like kind of like when they drafted T.O., they didn't expect to get what they got at T.O. And how great he was. Mm-hmm. But they kind of had a feeling, they go, this guy's going to be good, let's grab him. So I think they nailed it around the head, man.
If that's the case, though, look at Deebo Samuel. Now, he's got really a lot of upside. And Dante Pettis, he's going to develop. Yeah. We could have one of the best receiving cores in the NFL within the next 2 years. Ridiculously good. Woo! God, yes.
I think that will be your trio down the line. And I think the dark horse that's going to be floating around, that will be there and consistent. It'll be Bourne. Bourne will be there.
Yeah.
He'll be part of that little elite 4. Trent, I hope he does very well. I hope he comes along and everything. And you never know. He might end up being kind of like his mentor. Good for the Dolphins. Then he leaves with the Patriots, and then he becomes better somewhere else. It might happen to him. But
I worry about his foot. Can he come back from that injury? I've heard a lot of very scary stories about the.
I don't know
that type of injury.
It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress. I mean, some of the guys you have on the phones that played football before, even they say, right? They say that it's a lot of pressure, a lot of stress on those bones consistently, always.
Yeah, because especially for a receiver.
I'd rather have his feet than AB's feet.
David, have you heard enough about AB's feet yet? Every time AB, man, would you please stop with the attention? We know about your feet, and you're giving us illustrations about how they peel the meat off your feet. Oh, yuck. God. I don't read about it. I see the name. I keep moving.
They were talking about giving him a commercial with a bacon commercial with bacon. Yeah, put his feet in there.
Yuck! Okay.
Boy.
And now they're saying, just to set a bad example for the rest of the players on the team, and that's why I'm glad he didn't come here now, he is still probably going to play in week 1. So for every kid that's been busting butt and trying to take over and get a spot while AB's doing what AB does, and I'm the coach.
No, I'm glad.
What?
Yeah, I'm glad he did not come here. God. I'm glad he didn't come to the Niners, man. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Oh, my God. It would have been a debacle. It would have been horrible. But I'm glad. No, we're in the best situation right now, honestly. And you're right. I think a lot of stuff is it's fake stuff. I think they do have some injuries. I think they're just taking it easy. And because if it was really that bad, I think they'd be out there looking for replacements like right away. Like, oh man, we need to get this guy now. He's bad. So I think they'll be fine. But hey, look, I'm not going to take too much more of your time. I know a lot of people are waiting in line. Yeah. But it's going to be a good season. It's exciting. Mm-hmm.
And always great to hear from you. If we could hear from you every day, that'd be absolutely fine. I mean, I know you got busy with the kids and everything, but check in. And hey, David, be looking for you this weekend.
One more story.
All right.
One more story. Here's a new story for you, okay? And I know you're like, everybody's like, this guy doesn't really know. I wasn't there, but my nephew went to a Sharks game, and he was sitting with his buddy. He's a Niner fan, but he doesn't know too many of the players, the new faces. He's still trying to kind of, get familiar with them. So they're sitting there hanging out, and there's these two guys in there, and his buddy goes, "Hey, that guy's a Niner right there." And he goes, "Who?" He goes, "That guy." And he goes, "They got the bluish hair?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I think his name was like something Pettis." So he walks over and he goes, "Hey, can I take a picture with you?" And he goes, "Yeah." He's all, "Can your buddy hold the camera?" So they give the camera. The two guys stand up together. There's two guys there. There's Pettis and somebody else with them. They're about to take a picture. So my nephew goes, "Here, get out of the way." He pushes the guy aside, and then he's grabbing Pettis' hand like, yeah, taking a picture. You know who got pushed out of the way? They didn't recognize him.
Pettis.
Mr. Mullins. He pushed him out of the way. He probably thought he was some fan that was there watching the game.
Can we get you to move out of the way, please?
Pettis.
Oh, Pettis, Dante should have said something. Dante should have said, "Hey, wait, that's Dante. That's Nick Mullins. Can he be in the photo?" Oh, sorry.
Here, hold the camera. And he moved him out of the way, and there's poor Mullins taking the picture instead of I said, "Dude, did you know you just pushed out of the way the guy that shredded the Raiders, who might be the best backup in the league right now?" And he goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, you messed up on that one. You should have got his autograph."
Get him a roster. Let him learn the names and faces so this doesn't happen again. If he's going to go to those games, he may run into 49er football players because they're kidding all the time. Oh, God. David, thanks for sharing, man. That's
Ronbo.
funny.
Hey.
See you later.
Have a good one. You guys have a good one, fam. Take care, Ronbo. Thank you for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Can you imagine that? Poor Nick. All right. Anyway, I'm sure he'll get over it. He understands. He's new. So, Dre, he wants to play a partner.
With a Ronbo.
Dre, I'm glad you called in because I know you've always got pure perspective on these matters. Because you have come to the point, you're the man, the voice of reason who doesn't get too high or too low, except you tell the truth on the matters. Now, Jimmy G went out there and got his butt handed to him today. Are you concerned?
Back to back.
Your mouth gets tired, don't it?
Good Lord have mercy. Man, I was more encouraged to hear that Tarvarius Moore had, back-to-back picks on different receivers. Witherspoon continues to show us that he can practice well, but, he doesn't have ball skills in the game. I was very happy to hear Kwaski T showed his ball skills by getting a pick today. That's something he hasn't done for two years. Yeah, but most definitely. And Malcolm Smith, wow. I'm happy to hear that, buddy.
I can't get over that. Good coverage.
Bring that to the game with you. Yeah,
please.
Put that in the suitcase and bring that to the game with you. Ronbo, that's a lot of picks in there, man. That's a lot of picks back to back. I want to know what his thought process was. I did hear that, and these were these are not my words. These are the words that was written in the article. Justin Skule made Solomon Thomas look like Nick Bosa. There must have been a lot of pressure on Jimmy today. There must have been a lot of pressure on Jimmy today. Man, I'm really not. I'm starting to feel like these knick-knack injuries, man. Come on, man. You got soreness in your pectoral. You got tightness in your hamstring or your hamstring or your calf. And this is shit that you're gonna have to play through in the season, bro.
But not yet. Not yet. See, since they don't.
I'm just saying though, bro. Like, I mean, what? So you take out guys who could do it on the offensive line and then fuck around and get one of our backup quarterbacks and Nick Mullins hurt? I mean, come on, bro. Like,
I think they're not.
Shit could get
they've been
somebody
told.
Killed. You know what I mean?
And the quarterback is still under protection.
I'm talking about when we get in preseason games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Staley and company will be there.
Like, I mean, shit. You put Skule in against a potential a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? who was a Super Bowl MVP? Yeah, and see what the fuck gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, man, I understand it, bro, but put some ice on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got the correct footwear, unlike AB did. You know what I'm saying? With the cryogenic therapy, get in that motherfucker. You feel just as fine the next day, bro.
We could use that for an example.
Come on, bro. Yeah, bro. Like, we don't want to be too soft, bro, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the season, You know what I'm saying? If you can't play through these injuries in the preseason, well, shit. When it comes to the season, what you gonna sit them out too?
Yeah. Drake, they
What?
didn't say they were going to
You know
sit
what I'm
out.
saying?
They didn't say anything about sitting out for the game. They just said
Yeah.
unnecessary during our practice. I mean, Joe Staley's not going to learn anything out there. He's just out there keeping
Yeah.
stretched out.
Yeah,
So
man.
it's okay
Yeah,
for him to sit
man.
down today. He'll be out there this weekend, though,
Yeah.
and probably the
Right.
next practice. My guess.
Yeah, man. So I'm not too much necessarily concerned about having 5 picks in one practice. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a part of the game. There's some days where the defense is just gonna have your number. Also, you got to look at this is a melancholy offensive playbook that we're running. This is not pulling out all of the stops. You know what I'm saying? This is probably
Drills,
I'd say
things like
25% of the playbook. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, after you see it so many times, you could damn near almost
could read
pick
it.
and choose almost what's coming. Yeah, so I'm not too much worried about it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to know what Jimmy's thought process was. How did you work through it? You know what I'm saying? And what looks is Kyle giving the defense to where they can predict what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I want to hear. I would rather hear about our defense dominating in practice than our offense any day. Regardless of the
Good
injuries, we know what Jimmy G is capable of. You know what I'm saying? People could say, "Oh, he's trash," whatever the bull. I don't pay attention to that. We know what this man is capable of. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of his availability when it comes to injury, but we know what he's capable of. So I'm not too much worried about that. I would much rather hear that our defense is dominating because I know what's going to happen against other defenses. I mean, I know what's going to happen against other offenses, especially when you're able to actually hit the quarterback. They're not even able to hit Jimmy G or Nick or CJ Beathard. And
be looking for a job
when it comes to Joe Flacco, we on your ass, partner. We on your ass, bro.
All gas, no brakes. Back in play this weekend.
All gas, no brakes. Fangio better sit his ass down, bro, because you know what I'm saying? We on your ass, partner. So I'm definitely hyped up about that. And people got to remember, man, Broncos was one of our signature wins. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs, but they still had a great defense. They just didn't have quarterback play. So that was one of our signature wins. So guaranteed, some of those guys who have been there for a couple of years are gonna come out and they're gonna play. So we got to be on our P's and Q's, man. Jimmy, don't go your ass up to Denver and be throwing 5 picks, bro. Don't do that.
I just don't see that happening.
Give us something good to talk about, Jimmy.
No, one thing I do worry about Jimmy, though, every now and then he does throw a duck. I don't know if it slips out of his hand or what, because normally his passes got a lot of velocity and zip on them, especially them short-range 15 to 20-yard passes. And then all of a sudden he'll throw this waffler. And Jimmy, what happened there?
Yeah. And then if he sees a defensive tackle or defensive end coming and, he falls, maybe he might not want to step into that throw as much because he's protecting that knee. So it's a lot of things that goes into it. Yeah, bro. It's a lot of things that goes into it psychologically. You know what I'm saying? We got to realize, man, this is, football at its finest. These guys are playing at the highest level. And it's easy for us to sit back and
criticize.
Make jokes and say this and that. You know what I'm saying? But if your ass was back there in that pocket, partner, boy, I tell you, you will have a different perspective of what this man goes through. So
everybody would turn into
Brian
Brian
Hoyer. Jimmy G, man.
He'll be fine.
Man, I still believe. Yeah, let's not say those two names. We're not gonna say Bryant and Hoyer. Let's not say keep those names in bum ass Boston. You know what I'm saying? Keep them names over there. You know what I'm saying with them Patriots, them cheating ass Patriots. You know what I'm saying? Keep that name over there with them.
Bailing on the play before it even gets started. Defensive lineman ain't even got there. Brian, wait. Throw the ball first, man.
Throw the damn ball.
Oh,
yeah, man.
no.
I think CJ Beathard picked up some of his bad habits, brother.
But
man, we're gonna be all right, y'all. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right.
I agree.
All right, man. Shout out to my player partner Will, Trey Trash, Big Show, Russo, Jerry Fresh, you know what I'm saying, Rachel Flores, Shay, all of the Niner Empire, man. Let's not read into too much, Like I said, sometimes in practice, man, your defense is just gonna have your number. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we all know what Jimmy G is capable of. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna work out.
Yes, indeed.
All right, mate.
Thanks, Dre.
I'll see y'all later, Ronbo.
Yeah, fam. Yeah, have a good night. Yeah, and remember, Jimmy G's a very competitive guy, and he's been on a roll for weeks. Remember, they were saying things like, well, here we are all the way into the month of August, and Jimmy G has yet to throw in an INT in any one practice session. So Jimmy says, okay, I'll get them all in one day. But know this, the Broncos are in trouble each and every time that he's had a bad practice. Have you noticed the next day he would punish the defense? So he's in a bad mood now. He's probably feeling like, I'm Jimmy G, man. They did that to me. They did that to me. I got news for all of them. I bet he does talk to himself something like that. Probably not as silly, but still. Hey, Joshua Woodard. Hey, thanks, fam. This is Love Ronbo Sports Empire for Life. And Amy, N-O-Y, Amy Knob, is that you? Could that be Jersey? It's got to be you. It says it really is hilarious that 49er fans are freaking out about 5 Jimmy G practice interceptions the same day Tom Brady threw 4. Now, we'll get over it. And because, some people don't like certain players, as soon as they get the first opportunity, they don't get many. But when they get a chance to put the nails in, they do. So pay them no attention. David Murphy, the defense always cheats in practice. They know what plays are coming. That's true, Dave. Very true. Adam Carrillo, he says, I hope the defense brings that Dow mentality to Denver. If they fight, so what? We got in their head. Maybe it's a good thing, as I say. Jimmy's going to go in there with fire in his face now. Roger Villaneda says, hey, no more suffering. Finally, a winning season. Let's go Niners. Raj. Absolutely right. Now, hey, let's Phil put some perspective on this. Phil? Hey, Phil.
Ronbo.
Phil. It's a fun day.
Well,
Phil.
I just want to say one thing. I'm surprised that the DBs. Can you hear me?
Yo, no, I can hear you.
I'm surprised the DBs caught all those balls. Because that's more interceptions than they had all last year.
And yes, twice as many, actually, and one.
Twice.
Well, we had 2.
What is this foreign object in my hand?
Oh, God.
No, but I mean, it's how Jimmy responds to it is more important than the actual just throwing the interceptions.
So true.
And he's going to come out more focused, which is good.
Yes.
I think the DBs, who's calling for the offense? Because Kyle was coaching the defense.
Oh. Well, I didn't. When he said that, I thought he was
Kyle's
kidding.
presser? He said, I was coaching the defense that day.
I
So
thought.
who was calling the offense?
You know what? Oh, Phil. That indeed explains a lot. Kyle was coaching the defense today?
Yes, that's why you said he was pumped with all the interceptions.
I thought he was
Kyle
kidding.
was coaching the defense. No, he was coaching the defense. So who's calling the plays on offense?
Who's this next guy?
His board Kyle's it.
Because I know that he's got a couple of guys, maybe he's quarterback coach or somebody like that.
Yeah, but still.
I'm wondering too.
I mean,
Jimmy made some of those
I think that's a little suspicious.
Yeah. See, that's why I have a feeling, Phil, you set your quarterback up for that so you can have some teachable moments. If I got a kid that's going out there being perfect every day, what am I going to be able to teach him? And if I don't get him to make a few mistakes now that we can correct or maybe dwell upon, we've not seen any bad things. What am I going to help him with? I just suspected something like that too. So yeah, you just put that connected the dots for me.
It was good to hear the DBs are jumping routes because they didn't do that against Dallas. So that's something that we need. We need these turnovers. So
maybe Kyle told him to do that. Jump routes, guys. You guys are in position to make plays. Make the play.
Go for it. So I think that, we don't know behind the scenes stuff, and we're probably overreacting as usual.
It's the only way I know how to react.
So I haven't called in for a couple of days because I thought I'd let some other guys talk. And
did we?
But I do want to say one thing. Philly's not getting that draft choice.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's Matthews.
I think Bourne makes it.
You think Bourne's going to be the odd man out? Because I'm starting to think more
No,
and
I
more
think
Richie.
he's going to make the team.
Oh, he's going to make the
I
team.
think
That's right.
Bourne's going to. I
That's
think
right.
Richie and Matthews are going to be the odd guys out.
I got it mixed up. I thought they get the pick. No, not right. If the 49ers don't keep Matthews, there's no need to compensate the Eagles.
Right? They don't get that pick.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But anyway, that was a couple of calls ago, a couple of shows ago. But I just wanted to throw that.
Yeah, because I know
My
you
biggest
charge
concern,
like that.
and my biggest concern all the way through the season, is our offensive line depth.
Everybody's
And I
worried
think
about
that's
that.
Where we're. That's my biggest concern. I think, Kyle said we're going to hold Jimmy Ward out to protect Jimmy from Jimmy.
He's used to being hurt. Take some of this pain.
Well, no,
Jimmy.
he hits so hard that he tends to get hurt, and so the shoulder's still not 100%, but it's good enough for him to get out there and
he
work
would
out,
too.
but,
And here's a guy, Phil, leaping around with no pads on. Jimmy, that could have been avoided. I really do. There's concerns about his state of mind when he's out there. But he is a football player.
Moore is starting to play some.
Moore's
And
playing
I think
really
he's
well,
going to be
too.
the guy in the future.
Yeah.
So that's
So Phil, you're
the
saying
way that's going to work.
I'm going to have to go ahead and sell the bus before Will gets a chance to slash the tires on the van. Now because the J-Dub bunch, we're a traveling bunch of people, and
I think J-Dub's going to start this year, but I think after maybe mid-season or late in the season, Tarvarius starts working his way into the lineup. I think
and
he's
usually
still raw.
You're right, though. And if usually you're a victim, by week 8, they start looking at the younger kid. So, you're right.
Yeah. So, they're probably somewhere around there. He'll start working his way into the lineup. Unless Jimmy plays really well and stays
There is
healthy.
that possibility, Phil.
Yeah.
I still got faith in him. I still think he's going to pull it out here and look really good. So.
It's just we need to get all these nicks and bumps healthy for game 1. That's the key.
Yeah.
Really, this preseason stuff. These veterans, they know their bodies. They know how to play the game.
That's right.
And the coaches know what they can do. So, it's good to hear D Ford is going to be ready in a week.
Him and Nick are coming along. And they, I think one was the guy who works at NBC Sports. He thought somebody said that Nick would probably miss the first week of the season or 2. And I said, if Nick's already on the bicycle on the sideline, riding it and everything, he's probably healing up. It doesn't take forever.
No.
4 weeks is enough.
We're going to need him game 1. Game 2, you can get away with not having him because, Cincinnati. Yeah, they lost A.J. Green. They're hurting. They run the ball a lot. So I don't think Nick's going to play a lot anyway against that team.
Well, no, see,
So,
Phil, Nick's the one who does do well against the run. It's D Ford.
Yeah, but is he better than Armstead and Solomon Key against the run?
But what do you? You could put Nick. You can put Nick on the. Well, I don't know how they're going to work that out. If D Ford's going to be a liability on the run because he's a little smaller. I guess they got that all figured out already. No, he's not better than. I don't know if he's better than.
I think you bring in Nick and D Ford fresh for the passing downs, and on first down you're probably going to have the big guys.
Yeah, and they're going to be
the
wide
Katavius
9 and
Street, the BJs, the Armsteads, the Thomas, the Defoes. I mean, those guys are the run stoppers. And then you get a second and long or a third and long. You bring in Ford and Bosa and go get them, boys.
Go get them. There you go. Well, Phil, I'm glad you checked in here, Phil. Let's get you back in here. We'll be back Friday. What's today? Wednesday.
All right,
Thursday,
man.
Friday. Yeah.
I figured I had better call in after 2 days off, so I don't go on the IR.
Put an APB out on you. All right, Phil.
Yeah, I didn't want to go on the IR.
Yeah, right. We've got enough people on there, Phil. There's no room for you. Have a good night, Phil.
All right. Later.
Yeah. Okay, and that is Otis Reto. I haven't seen you in a long time, Otis. Niners for life and Clark's Auto Group. Of course you should. You do realize Shanahan was a D coordinator today. He played Jimmy. I didn't know that. I saw the presser. I thought Shanahan was kidding. He was a D coordinator. He played Jimmy today. Simmer down. It explains everything. But that says something bad about Salah. Broncos were horrible last year. Their D will be fire, but their offense will not be good. Vangel's a good D coach. Now he's a head coach. And I wonder what that means. Antoine Speedy Battle. The 5 picks don't worry me about Jimmy. What worries me is his health. And when he took over for Brady, he only lasted 3 games, I believe. Also, I heard the Patriot teammates had issues with his toughness. All right. So we'll see. Jimmy's got a different group he's working with now. I hope those folks that they just hired, the high-price scientific folks, may be able to do something. He may not be as fragile. He took a lot of hits in that 5-game stretch when he first came and joined us. I think he'll be okay. Is that area code? 470 Georgia. Hello.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, who is this? Hey, hello. Yes. What is your name, please?
My bad. My name is David. I'm calling from Atlanta.
Oh, David. Hey, David.
Yeah.
Calling from Atlanta. Well, Dave, come on in, man. Yeah, you got some Strauss going on there.
Yeah, my bad. I'm at work right now.
Ah, okay. All right, Dave. If you could turn your back to it so maybe bounce off some of that sound. All right. Hey, David, your quarterback, notice I said your quarterback threw 5 inches today. Are you concerned?
No, I'm not too concerned about that. I mean, I wrote in the chat that the defense be cheating anyway, so I mean, it's
I
just
know
training
everybody
camp.
knows. They do.
Yeah.
And Kyle was
I mean,
out
it's
there
like
coaching
you
the
know,
team.
you remember when you were, you play football and you're like, 11 on 11, and the coach is like, I know you know the play, but they act like you don't know the play. It's like the same thing. The defense knows the play that's coming.
I know. And they can't run any plays for another 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, the week before, I guess. Everybody knows the playbook, but there's going to be some people that aren't going to be with us. And I always wonder how they manage that. You've got a lot to learn, but some of these guys are not going to make the team. And they're going to walk away with some of the knowledge. And I guess his playbook's so complicated that even if you know the knowledge, you can't explain it to nobody else. So,
No. Yeah, I don't even think it's about us. It's like a lot of guys are in competition, so they're really trying to make an impression on making a team. But it's just a good thing to hear that the secondary is catching the ball. I mean, that stuff right there just becomes habit. So hopefully we see that, in the season going along.
Yeah, we can definitely appreciate that because they need to be able to do that. Stop leaning back. It's okay to play off the ball, but you're not supposed to play off the ball just to keep a distance. You're supposed to be measuring your opponent. If you're reading a quarterback and the wide receiver, these are things you're going to learn with time. You should be able to time these routes and jump them. Don't make a fool of yourself and miss, though. See, that's a cautionary part, David. If you miss, he's gone. And your butt's in trouble,
Yeah, but the real reason I wanted to call in, I mean, I wanted to talk about my cousin, Akilo. Everybody be hating on my cousin.
So, are you, David? You're all right. Not me. I've been supporting him heavily since last year when I saw him looking good toward the end of the season. And this year I said, look out for Kelly. That's not the same spoon. But go ahead and launch your defense.
No, it's not no really little sense. I mean, he's a good player and everything, I mean, I don't really, he's not like a blood cousin. He was married into the family in high school. His mom's married to my uncle.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, so I know we see him on holidays and stuff like that, but we don't bring it up or nothing like that with him. The whole family's Niner fans. We really don't say nothing. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of disrespectful because he's a pro.
Yeah.
He's one of the elite, athletes in the world. So it's not cool to be like, hey man, you're getting burned and stuff like that. So nobody,
hey, but you know what though?
Nobody but
And when he does do well, you can bring that up though. See, Kello.
Yeah, everybody's
last
just proud of him
week.
that he achieved his goals and his dream that he made to the pros. And, everybody's proud and happy for him like that. But, we definitely listen to him when he talks about what goes on with the team and stuff like that. So I know he had a lot of frustration last year with the secondary coach. Every time you see, after a touchdown and stuff like that, you'll see the cameras go to the sideline. You see Richard Sherman coaching up the secondary. You don't even see the secondary coach coaching. So a lot of that was just coming up with the schematics and the schemes. And even he would admit that, he would admit that his technique was bad a lot of times. He would just depend on his athletic ability because he wasn't getting the coaching on the technique, on when to turn his head and when to open up his hips. But,
see, that's why Jeff Hafley is gone. Jeff Hafley was terrible. And everybody blames Saleh. And I skipped saying, you know who? That's not Saleh. That's Jeff Hafley.
Yeah, that's not Saleh. That's a secondary coach. Yeah, he's not putting them in position to make plays. But to be honest, though, if Verrett is healthy, and I never said it's a killer, but if Verrett's healthy, I think Verrett starts over him just because of the name recognition.
David, what if he just happens to run across this tape? That'd be hilarious. And I can see him now next time y'all get together. I heard you on that dude's radio
but even in the, I haven't talked to Keller in a couple, basically since the holidays. But even in the preseason game in the first play against Gallup, he didn't open up his hips and trail with the player. He just got stuck in the mud right there, and Gallup hit Brandon a little hitch and caught the ball on him. So it's kind of like the same things with him. I think he really needs to work on his technique, but he showed a lot of growth. I think he's playing with a lot of confidence right now. So he'll have to start and he's going to start for the first couple of weeks. Verrett's probably not going to play for the first couple of weeks. So it's his chance to save his job.
I agree. They're going to give Keller every opportunity to win that job. To be fair, and that's what you should do to keep up a club morale. So yeah. If he can hold Jason Verrett off, then hold him off. If not, okay, that's right. We're still deep in that position.
He'll be a solid backup. If not, and I think and I've been putting in the chat. I think Dante Johnson gonna make the team somehow, some way. I think he's been looking good too.
Don't worry. What's so funny? Because my brother used to give me he used to give me such a hard time when I was playing ball. So it's okay every now and then to throw criticism. It kind of makes you mad enough to get better. So, as long as I don't get nasty and disrespectful about it, So.
I don't think Killer's mad. I think it motivates him. So he hears everybody talking mess about him.
Yeah, I know.
He remembers that ranking. He knows that ranking that Pro Football Focus gave him. He brought it up on a holiday. He's like, the boys got me last. So he knows what he got to do. But I ain't going to hold you up, Ronbo. I appreciate you letting me call in now.
Oh, David, pleasure to meet you. I've seen you on the chat, and you've identified yourself on several occasions that, that's my cousin. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I've talked to Kello's dad before, and, so he'll be all right. All right.
Yeah, he'll be all right, like I said.
Yeah, Dave, nice to meet you, fam. Talk to you later, okay?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to the Empire. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Let's go check out Lamont. Lamont, where you at, man? Oh, I just realized. That's the sound. Ooh. That's the sound. Well, can we just, this is fun stuff. Look at it, this is so rude. And remember, Lamont's on the East Coast. It's not like he's a weak guy or something, but it's so late. He's been up a lot of hours. So now you figure right now, it's closing in on, after 11 o'clock, actually. It's kind of early. This is so rude. We actually have no right. I always love it when guys they leave everything on, and as they should, and then we unmute them, and there they are doing. Let's see if we get a rhythm. All right, wait, what's up? 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. I got the rhythm now, yeah. 3, 2, Lamont, we shall see Lamont tomorrow. You know what? You keep sawing that log, Lamont, it's going to hit you in the head. All right, let's see. And Sports Rebuild TV, Shannon was coaching the defense today. He wasn't calling the plays. Jimmy let his ego get the best of him and started forcing passes. That, I agree. Jimmy got PO'd. Jimmy G. Nobody does that to me. He had a story once about his relationship with his brothers when they used to compete and do things, and he always thought he was going to win. Even when he lost, he thought he was going to win in the first place. I like that attitude, but you got to know when to reel it in. Just pump the brakes a little bit, stop, relax, think. And he got frustrated, and he paid. So this is a good time, good thing for it to happen right now. Jacob Aguilar is fully confident in a 10-plus win season if we can stay healthy all season. And you should be, Jacob. Yes, you should. And Jacob also says that's some high praise for Hurd. Let's see some more, but I love what I've seen in preseason game 1. Agreed. And Daniel SF49ers fan 5249. This up, Niner fam. Jimmy G brought down to earth today by that ding. Good for the ding and motivation for Jimmy. Because there's no need for him to have it easy every day. There needs to be something to get him going. He can't grow unless he runs across some falls. You got to have him. Terrence Hicks says, I can't wait till the Broncos game when Bourne blows it against. And when blows it against in y'all's ass. Terrence. We'll be waiting. And Terrence, remember, it works both ways. If KB does have a good day, we will also say, ST, you know what? Yes! Love me some Kendrick. Nighthawk!
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Nighthawk, man, good to hear from you, man. You just heard Lamont, and you've had several episodes like that too, which we have them still recorded. We're gonna put all these together and have a contest, Nighthawk, as to who can do the best. Nighthawk, I love you, man. Hey, yeah. Hawk, Jimmy G had a 5 INT day. Are you concerned?
No, it's only F practice.
Yeah. People need to realize practice has it's a teaching tool. You're not supposed to be perfect. Jimmy G's been perfect almost every day in practice. Here and there, maybe something didn't go right, but mostly he's been the glory boy, the golden child. I mean, everything was like Jimmy was like the sunlight was like brighter on him than everybody else. But today, sunlight went away, clouds came in, rained on him a little bit. I kind of like it, actually. As long as he doesn't do it in the game, right? But I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, but I think it's hard to be a quarterback sometimes because you don't know what's coming after you.
It's hard to be a quarterback all the time, especially for that reason. But, the secondary did some good things. You know what we're not thinking about, Nighthawk? Do you know 5 INTs, even if it is practice, that's more INTs than our secondaries had probably in the last 2 years. So you know what? This is a good thing. If for no other reason but to see our secondary get hands on the ball. Need some we need some turnovers, Hawk. Turnovers. We don't get none.
They know what? But the offense, they're good.
They normally do. Yeah, they'll look good against Denver. They're playing against the Broncos next week, right?
You know what? I like that. That guy, what's his name? The one who scored that 2 touchdowns? He's a bad dude.
Oh, Jalen Hurd? Yeah. Are you a Jalen Hurd fan already?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurd is he's a take charge kind of guy. You can tell he is not going to be the guy that everybody calls the number 2 guy or the number 3 guy. You can tell he's got that face, that mentality that says, I'm the man. I'm here to take over. So, but
No, because I like the way you see some receiver, like, when they get the ball, they don't make a move.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you. I'm going to push all you motherfuckers out.
And see, Hawk, the thing is, this is the kind of guy, he can play the wide receiver spot, and he can immediately convert back to his running back days. See, that is a perfect combination of skills. Perfect. Man.
But some people got upset. Yeah, some people got upset that we drafted him.
Well, especially the scouts that told Shanahan and Lynch who to draft, but you're always going to get people that disagree. So, it's okay.
Yeah, but he wasn't he was. Let's see what he do against Denver.
I don't. Nighthawk, he's 6'4", 227. Even as we speak, he's trying to gain weight. I figure in another 3 weeks, he could be up to 230, 235. It depends on how hard he works on it, right? Well, it won't be muscle, so 230 at the most. So now he's even more intimidating.
But the running back was bad too.
You talking about the Austin Walter?
No, Debo.
Hey, see? Debo's not a running back. He runs like one, but Debo's a wide receiver, Hawk. Nighthawk. That's the number 2 wide receiver in the draft. You see that catch he made? Tearing up that defender, trying to break his arm getting the ball.
I'm sorry, he's as good as running back too. He can do the running back too.
Fooled me too. I thought that was Austin Walter. When I seen him come around that corner, and he was you know how running back runs. Running backs run like I dare you to try to stop me. That's the way he was running. He wasn't running like a wide receiver. I said, man, that's Debo? Dang. So, yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be awesome. But I know you have to go next. But can you give me a horror?
You know I can, Nighthawk, anytime, man. You ready? Nighthawk.
Oh yeah, before I go, I want to give that shout to the Nighthawk Club. Everybody from Nighthawk Club.
Good. All right. Have a good night, fam. See you this weekend, Nighthawk. Get a chance.
Is out. You know what? Before I go, fuck the Denver. I'm out.
He's a man that never fails to express himself fully. Barack Obama, Mr. Big Chest is now Mr. Cold Feet. Arturo Canera. Hey, Colbert and Akel are going to have to be the X factors on defense. Interesting. I wonder if everything's pretty much been established as to who's who in this camp. Is anybody going to emerge beyond where they are right now, beyond somebody else? I wonder about that, right? Because there's only a couple of weeks to go. Two-door Tahoe. Let's go, Niners. Hank Moody says, I need honest feedback, fam. I'm thinking about putting 120 on the Broncos game. That's right. They're already throwing bets out there, aren't they? Really think we can win that one. Man, Slick Nick is playing all game. Oh. Hey, I wonder, is Nick going to stay out there the whole game after Jimmy leaves? Would you put your money on this game? Hank, I got to tell you the truth. I wouldn't bet on these preseason games at any rate, because you're not going to have Jimmy in there from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. You're not going to have your starters in there from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. You've got a lot of players that are coming in there like the Beavers, the Tyree Mayfields, any number of people that you're not going to be able to rely on. So you might want to wait a minute. I don't know how bad the Broncos not reserves, but the tryouts, I don't know who's good or bad on their team, but you got to be careful with that. I'll tell you the truth, Hank, I wouldn't bet on this or any preseason game because the 49ers might just beat them to death in the first half. Let's say the score is 49ers score like See, 21-0. The 49ers take a 3-touchdown lead in the second half. All of a sudden, second half, I don't even know who the second quarterback is in Denver, comes out and just goes crazy on the 49ers. I don't know, but I wouldn't do it. Anyway, Chad Garrett said, I've watched both episodes of Hard Knocks now, and I have to admit that poop is comedy. Gruden is a character, that's for sure. I've laughed multiple times. No, Gruden is hilarious. Oh, he is hilarious. So, hey, and one of Gruden's good buddies is on the phone. One of the infamous Bash brothers. Bash!
Well, I am not a buddy of Gruden. Let's set the record straight on that one, dude. Oh, man. What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Hey, doing fine. I was just, watching things develop here. And,
I'm just...
Man, I tell you, it's going to be a fun season. I can already tell, especially when you got everybody saying the things they're saying in high predictions. I'm glad that Kyle Shannon, Bash, I got to tell you, man, I got a feeling he orchestrated that Jimmy G beating. I really do.
You know, it's like, have you ever had that bad day when you've been playing Madden and you get your ass kicked five times in a row?
And you get
That's
up
exactly
and quit.
what Jimmy G went through today.
I know.
But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, good. We got some DBs that are a bunch of ball hawks. Like
Good.
Not like last year where all the DBs sat on their ass and just let dudes catch whatever pass and they never bothered to turn the fuck around. You know, now they're going for the ball. It's like, okay, cool. I can let this one bad day of Jimmy G looking like shit slide to boost our confidence for our DBs.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, because Jimmy can take it. Shucks, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree.
Oh yeah, when you got the hottest girls in the world running around chasing you left and right, you got all the confidence in the world. Man, you can just wake up
Bash
like
says
it's
that.
nothing.
It's funny. Don't tell anybody I told you this, but you get a chance, go check out who Jimmy G follows on various social media. Jimmy! Tyler, not you. Oh, that's all Tyler would want to know.
Hey, speaking of hot girls, you were talking about...
You already know it, Ronbo.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead, Bash.
Speaking of hot girls, you brought up Dante Pettis' sister the other day.
Yeah.
And the whole time you were saying she's nice looking, I was just thinking, okay, she's probably the cute little nerdy girl next door type. But I was like, okay, let me just see what she's all about. Let me look her up. There's some pic of her in the fucking orange bikini. I'm like, dude, this bitch is fucking hot.
Bash!
I showed it to everybody at Nighthawk Fan Club.
Bash.
I showed it to everybody at Nighthawk Fan Club, and she's like, nah, she's average. She's average. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about, man?
Did they see her yet?
She's dating the Seahawks, though. She's dating the Seahawks, though.
A little, I know, but she's a little above average, though. But you know, it is to be seen yet, though, as to I really the investigation has to go on as to what really happened today. Bash, if everything would have been normal, if Kyle would have been on his side of the field and that type of thing, we wouldn't have seen this. So how come? Those guys, did they know exactly where to be? Because God says, and listen, here's what I want you guys to do. And listen, if you repeat this, I'm going to deny it. And you're going to be in trouble anyway. I want you to want to do. I'm going to tell you right where Jimmy's going to go. Right? What? Just do what I tell you. All right? Now, blah, 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 blah. Right? All right, Coach, no problem. And listen, guys, we're a team. We're going to make Jimmy a better quarterback than he is now, and you and I both know he's a good quarterback. You know you got to talk crap to make sure everything comes out right. There's Jimmy.
I know.
Bang! Oh! 5 times in a row. That's unbelievable.
You know, I literally had to read that status like 5 times in a row myself to comprehend in my brain. I was like, he's not just built for 5 picks in a row. I was like, okay, whatever he did. Okay, I just have to accept it. That's cool, whatever, man.
I bet he's never done that in his entire football career. I'm talking all the way back to high school. Didn't he start quarterbacking in high school?
Yeah. He did, yeah. He was initially a linebacker and became a quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just funny that some Niners fans think that he's too small or whatever. He's a skinny guy, and like if they showed him in a workout room, he's actually pretty built dude. You know, so
Small,
it's just, he
skinny?
could take a hit, but we don't want him running all day long either.
Doesn't Jimmy go around 220, 225?
It's like 225, yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'3", something like that, somewhere in there.
Around 6'2.5", 6'2.5", almost 6'3", yeah.
Yeah, I see. Man, it makes him even more packed. 6'2", 6'3", 225. I don't know if that'd be considered small and skinny. By some people's standards, the neck is huge too. Jimmy's put together pretty well. He gets hurt by strange things when he gets hurt. That was his fault when he hurt his knee, not anybody else's. The shoulder injury was, what's that linebacker in Miami's name? Famous guy?
Kiko Alonso?
Yeah, Kiko he grabbed Jimmy so he couldn't protect himself on that fall, and Jimmy went down on his shoulder. Okay, that's understandable. Those are the only two injuries I know about. Has he got any more injuries than that?
I can't think. I don't know.
I don't think so. So I don't know if he's Charmin tender. So
I think he's all right.
yeah, we'll see.
I'm a little bit worried about the O-line. I'm assuming we're going to make a trade. We have so many D linemen. Don't be surprised if one of our D line gets traded. I thought one of our receivers did get traded, but now that Trent Taylor got injured, we might not trade a receiver unless somebody wants a good one. But that D line is so stacked, man. We need O-line help, so we may make a move.
True, but who would you be trading? Who do you think would be available? I wonder where he's. Well, I guess the 49ers have a network. They know who's available and who's pissing owners or somebody off.
They're scouts.
Yeah, who would you?
I can't think of the name, but I know Russo was telling me this earlier today that some Buffalo Bills journeyman offensive lineman got released today.
Oh,
and I guess I hear he's somewhat decent, but I don't know if we go after him or not.
Well, if he's already free and the 49ers aren't going to cost him any money, they can waive Tyree Mayfield after his performance today and bring him in here. We got plenty of tight ends. That's probably why they keep so many tight ends.
Dwayne. We got Dwayne. Ross Dwayne.
I like that even better.
Laser likes it when I say his name like that.
I like that even better. We got Dwayne.
It gives him more.
That's going to stick.
Spunk. It gives him more spunk. Yeah, well, because when I saw Ross Dwayne last time, dude, this guy's boring. He's just some journeyman. Who cares about this guy? But this year, he looks like he's ready to be something, man.
He's legit.
That's the good thing to cap about that guy. And I wanted us to draft the backup tight end so that Kittle didn't have to hold all the weight on his shoulders because I know Selleck's time is pretty much expired.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but Caden Smith's kind of taking his time to develop. I get it. He's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
Well, he's probably ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
No, not Dwayne. I like that. And you know what? And he's looked good. he's looked good up till now. So Bash, tell you, man, I agree. He may be the dude. All right.
Hey, the receivers, everybody's talking about it, but I want to say I loved it when we drafted Jalen Hurd. I loved it when we drafted Debo, of course. Strong, physical guys who could run fast, who can run quick routes, kind of like the way Pettis runs his little quick routes, gets the separation. And I see a big high ceiling for both of those guys.
Right.
My sleeper, if we had him in years past, I think he'd have a bigger role with us. But now he's like clawing, scratching to make the team is Poindexter. I see a lot of potential in that.
He's not off the team yet. Bash, we got to go, though. He ain't off the team yet. Let's see what it looks like against Denver, because it looks like he hasn't got on hit yet. So we'll see.
Without a doubt, man. Shout out to everybody on the chat, Nighthouse Fan Club, Hit Squad, all you guys. Love you guys, man. Ronbo, you're the best, man. Let's do this.
Thanks, man. Hey, Bash, talk to you later. Hey. And Satch, I've not seen you in a long time. Satch, thanks for that hefty, nice contribution, fam. Thanks, appreciate it. He says, for now, you get $5 for every pick we get. Satch, you're too kind. He says, I can't do that for the sacks because I'll be broke. Ooh, you know what? The sacks are going to get crazy. The INTs, I believe you're going to save a lot of money, especially early on. But the thing is, I don't know. It could blow up this year. I mean, man. But thanks, Satch. Oh, yes, please. My producer's saying, you want to go back and check on Satch? Lamont leave? Okay, I've been instructed. Don't laugh. Okay, can we check in on Lamont? Let's see. Lamont? Is Lamont awake? Lamont? Oh, Lamont. Lamont. He left? Okay. I'm getting different kind of notes here. Lamont says, you guys laughing at me while I'm asleep. Hey! Russo! Oh!
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo, you know, man. In the back of my mind, I'm saying a lot of things about what happened there with the 5 INTs. And of course, if you go on social media, you'll see a lot of things that you didn't want to read. And you just sort of black them out because we've seen enough and down through the years. And then I find out that Kyle Shanahan is at the bottom of this plot. I really do think, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but I do think Shanahan had a lot to do with that. But Russo, what are your feelings on this?
Yes, I saw that too. So Shanahan was working with the defense today, and I consider that not to be a coincidence that the defense had their best day. So
right.
I think it's the combination of him working with the defense and helping them with pointers on what to expect from the offense, and then Jimmy not having Kyle to help them through these little things. And I think that's what happens when you get that. And it's like the other thing that the way I was looking at it, like in practice, like, all right, so you throw 5 straight interceptions, right? Let's say in a football game, you throw an interception. Unless the team runs it back for an interception for a touchdown, you go sit on the bench and you look at the film and you figure out the play and you look at what you did wrong and you make corrections. In practice, you go right back out. It's like another play. So it's going to create a snowball effect of negative things that you don't have the ability to correct, and you're never gonna throw 5 straight interceptions in a game because there's going to be so much time in between the reps that you're going to be able to correct things and get on the same page with your receivers and just look at film. And I think that's a really important aspect of the game that quarterbacks are using. That's like the great ones usually go out there, they make a mistake, and then they fix it. So I think I also think that these interceptions are a product of the defense more than anything about Jimmy. I'm really not worried about Jimmy. Like someone told me Jimmy threw 5 straight interceptions, and my reaction was like, "Damn, that's crazy." Like I wasn't like.
You didn't think they were all in a row, though, did you? See, that's what blew me away. The 5 interceptions didn't really blow me off the chair. It's that he threw them all in a row, back to back. I said, "What? What?"
That's like you can't even do that if you tried.
Yeah, I don't think how do you one play after another, Jimmy, 5 times. If I'm Jimmy, I'm not throwing a 6th one in a row. Okay, Coach, can I get a break here a minute? I just want to talk to you about some things. I mean, you're starting to look. You're looking really bad, Jay. Gosh.
That's like Nathan Peterman territory.
Yeah, exactly. And is Peterman still in the league?
He's the Raiders' backup, and John Gruden's been hyping him up.
That's right.
John Gruden's like,
Gruden likes
I'm
him.
really starting to like this Peterman kid.
I remember you said it exactly like he said it, too. I remember him saying that.
He's like, Spider 2 Y banana. Get in there, Peterman.
Hey, but Russo, what's really nice, though? We don't think of Kyle as being, but if you're that intelligent on offense, you probably know what to do for defense, too. Kyle knows both sides of the ball. He goes over, and he's really a head coach on this day. I'm impressed with that.
Absolutely.
Because I'm hearing from people all the time, well, he's an offensive-minded coach. Well, yeah, but that's by his choice. Don't think for a minute he doesn't know about defense, though. So
I had the same reaction when I found out that he was working with the defense today. I was extremely impressed, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. Like, I thought he was so overwhelmed with, like, team duties and, like, running the offense that he would just never – he has so many guys that can run the defense that I would never even think that he would spend that much time with him during a live practice. So,
But he's so cerebral. He's so cerebral. And you know what? And Russo, you know as well as I do, in order to be that effective, that kind of really X's and O's ability, you have to know about what a defense is capable of and what to do and how to put them in position to do whatever they do. So that's why people got to know Kyle Shanahan's good on offense because he's damn good at defense, too. That's the way it works. So.
Well, I mean, you'd have to think if someone is that good of an offensive-minded coach, they know how to manipulate the defense, and they know like their strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. So you would think that an offensive-minded coach would almost be like up to par with some of these defensive guys because they have the insight from the opposite side, and it's like, but like running the offense is more difficult than I think than would be running the defense, because running the offense you need to figure out creative ways to get people moved around. But if you're going to flip it to defense and you're an offensive minded guy, you should be able to think like an offensive guy and like, all right, how can we stop this? So I kind of think that an offensive-minded guy would have an easier transition to defense. So
agreed. Because
that makes sense.
Try to think of Belichick running an offense. You know what I mean? Well, he might be able to because Belichick's a genius in football anyway. But most of your defensive guys, Fangio could never. I'll bet he couldn't orchestrate an offense anywhere near as brilliant.
I completely agree.
As Kyle. Yeah, it's harder. It would be harder.
Belichick's always had good offensive coordinators. He's never tried to run that offense on his own. He knows his limits. Like, he's arguably the greatest coach ever. You know what I mean? Him and Bill Walsh. It's like it's really not close. It's between the two of them. And it's not a coincidence. He's never tried to run the offense. He knows defense, and he knows how to pick a good coordinator, and he just stays in his lane. So I definitely give Kyle credit today. I was pretty impressed to see that.
Because I tell you, look, because a defensive guy can look at the film and he can tell you what is needed to stop this, that, and that. That's a very interesting science. If you compare the two minds, which one is capable of doing both, and which one can only probably deal with one side of the ball? That would be it too. That's a great conversation. Man, I'd love to see that.
I'm very excited to see what Kyle can do with a full deck of cards this year.
Wow.
I would say out of a 52 card deck, I think he's got about 50 cards now. And
absolutely.
Last year he was playing with like 40, and
at best.
Like to start the season, and then by the end of the season, he had like a 20 card deck, and he was doing pretty good. So I really, really am curious to see how he can put these pieces together, and I just feel like the sky's the limit with this team. I know a lot of people are down on John Lynch, and maybe some people are down on Kyle, but I have 100% faith in them, and I can really see it coming together, and I'm just really excited to see what happens this year. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind, Ronbo.
It's going to be fun.
Right now,
it's going to be fun.
John Lynch and Shanahan together are going to win a Super Bowl. I can just feel it. Maybe not this year, but together, I can feel it.
And once they start, it's going to be the 49ers as the team. The Super Bowl will go through San Francisco, going into this is 20. Oh shoot, this could go in for 5 or 6 years, because these are young guys.
Easily. It can go 10 years. Like if they do their thing right, it could be. This could be the new dynasty. You never know.
They're
both young.
Brady did it.
They're very young.
Yeah, Russo, we're gonna go. I'll look for you Friday. Actually, I'm gonna take a day off tomorrow and be back and see what they do in Denver.
Right, sounds good.
All right, Phil. Have a good
night. Rombo. Shout out to you, Rombo. Shout out to my TNT fam and the whole Nighthawk fan club. Everybody in the chat. All right, appreciate it.
Except for Texas boy. Night, Russo. Callie and Jason Long, you still sorting me, Rombo? Was I short Callie Long? I don't remember about what. I'm not sure. Callie Long. What did you make me? Did you have another name? Are you one of those? Oh, okay. I got the name wrong. Okay, I got the story now. No. Okay, to answer, short answer is no. Okay. And Chris Parker says, Spoon needs to step it up, or Verrett's going to take over his spot if healthy. Anthony Baker says, I'm late, but what's up, Ronbo Sports? Anthony from Memphis. Anthony, you didn't put it down there, but I know that's you, Anthony. Memphis. Anthony, we've been talking about Jimmy G's 5 INTs today, and we're pretty much consensus is don't let it bother you. It's okay. And by the way, Kyle's out there playing with the defense today, which is interesting. He's never done that before, Jimmy has. Never done that before, hasn't, should I say. Hey, J-Tan, I know it's been a while since we had a strong defense to talk about. Oh, it's all about the health with this defense. The strength is already there. All we got to do is turn the keys on that Maserati engine and listen to the difference between it and, say, a domestic family car. You know, the Maserati's like, The fan goes, that Maseratis, turn your keys. I gotta stop watching that 40 steps. Stop. I was a formula. Never mind. Arturo Canales says, I just got my Jimmy G jersey. He says, I believe in him practice picks, just trying to see if he can force something in there and see if it'll work in real games. I'm not really worried. Yeah, it's good observation. So, yeah, Jimmy, yeah, man, I say, I'm kind of glad this happened to him because I want to know how he comes back from this, He's probably going to Speaking of which, the man who loves to keep Jimmy in line, Tyler's on the phone. Tyler.
Ronbo, my dude.
Well, as you know, we're discussing the G Child's day, and it wasn't a good day.
Would you like to tell me what happened on those interceptions? Because I know one was tipped. I didn't really hear what the other ones.
There was some. It appears that he may have, the one he threw to Dante Pettis was kind of interesting because he looked Dante off, and the defender didn't bite. And then normally that works. And then he went back to Dante because that did not work. And I think was that Sherman? Who was that sitting on that route? No, it was Spoon of all people. And Spoon was sitting there waiting.
If you throw a pick to Akella Witherspoon, you know you're garbage. The only other one to do that was Flip Ford.
He did it, Tyler. I'm pretty sure that was Spoon. And also, it may have been Tarvarius Moore. Tarvarius Moore got Jimmy twice today.
Yeah, he got two. And he's gonna be a really solid safety.
He's getting better and better daily.
I'm really excited about him. He honestly, Jimmy Ward don't come back. If they let him go, I'm not gonna care. I love Jimmy Ward. I love his play.
I know what you mean.
Tarvarius Moore might be something special.
He's probably gonna. It's gonna be a competition. If not this year, it's definitely gonna be a competition next year.
Oh yeah, and did you hear what Shanahan said?
What?
Shanahan said that Marcel Harris is outplaying Tart by a lot.
Ooh. Who said that? Shanahan?
Shanahan said that. It was in the press conference. He said that Marcel Harris is outplaying Jaquaski Tart in practice. That's why he's getting the reps.
Hey, you know what's so funny? Jaquaski must have heard it because today he got a pick today too. He was just playing his butt off. He almost got a second pick.
Well, Shanahan said this last week, so
so it isn't fresh news.
But
okay, well, you know what that means, don't you? Because the same thing that happened to Eric Reed. If you're not starting, we're not paying you starting money. So we're going to restructure that contract. See you in the office tomorrow morning. What? Yeah, see you in the office tomorrow morning. Coach. Let's have a conversation right now. I am not accepting any cuts in my contract. Well, you're not starting. Okay, well, we got a problem.
I'll tell you one thing, man.
And that's the way that works. Yeah.
If it's me, and if they're close in the competition, and Jaquaski's making more money, and they're playing about the same, I'm trading Jaquaski and acquiring some assets off of him. That's his business right there.
Jaquaski, you can get a lot for Jaquaski, I think.
Most teams grab a third-round pick or something
at least a third or fourth. Or if you got a great offensive lineman, too many. I don't want to trade him to the Cowboys. Cowboys don't have too many offensive linemen this year.
Cowboys ain't going to give up a starter for him because he's too injury prone.
Yeah, because they've already got enough. Is Jaquaski a safety or?
And we aren't taking one of the Cowboys' backup O linemen because we saw what our D line did to him.
I know. It's
I'm excited
Jeremiah
about that D-line,
Valaga. He likes the Cowboys.
There were dudes. What I loved about that preseason game is there were dudes just blowing up behind the line. There were dudes penetrating, playing more violently.
Yep.
Chris Kasurk is actually a big addition, very underrated.
Oh,
I think he's actually given the assets to work with now. Because when he was with Detroit, he never really had a great pass rush because all they had was really Ziggy and Sue. That was about it. But he's got a lot more to work with here. So, and a better system, by the way, too. So
you're right. He does have a lot more to work with. He's got really an all-star cast compared to what he had in Detroit. He made them good.
Oh yes, and I think he's going to push Solomon to really break out of his shell this year.
Hey,
Solomon, he was on Good Morning Football, and he's like, he's like, you know what? He's like, there comes. He said, I think he said there comes a point where, with what happened to him, you just got to let it go, and you can't let it affect you on the field. He said, I got to go out and play football. He said, that's my job. I got to go out and I got to do my job.
Yeah.
So he said this year he's going to do what he can to not let it affect him, and I think he's going to ball out.
That defense is. What's really funny with Tyler, we're expecting this year all kind of fireworks to break out in that offensive line. You got a very solid quarterback, and you got Kyle running it, right? You figure that's going to be. Watch the defense steal the spotlight this year, and that'll be fine because that offense is going to be fine no matter what.
Yeah, and guess what? Here's the thing: we have a couple joint practices with Denver coming up. Shanahan said Jimmy might be out there for 1 or 2 series, but he might leave him out there for a quarter, depending on how practice goes this week. So the good thing about him practicing against Denver is he's going to be going up against Vic Fangio, who is a great defensive head coach, and not just that. He held, for one thing, he's a genius because he held the Patriots to only 13 points in the Super Bowl. But not just that, he also has dual pass rushers, Von Miller and Bradley Chubb.
Yep.
So,
but Tyler, remember one thing,
though. This is good for Jimmy to be going up against, so he's going to be comfortable with the pressure and everything.
We're going to miss that because they're not going to put that on Monday Night Football. They're going to put that during practice, possibly, and because Fangio's not going to expose his stuff right now. So
I mean, but Jimmy will still play on Monday night, though. So I mean, but I don't know how long. I would like to see a quarter, but I mean, if he's not practicing well, I'm getting kind of worried.
Yeah,
but I think he's going to be fine.
Not a whole quarter. But maybe 2 or 3 series.
I would like a quarter.
Yeah. No,
I mean, two or three series might do it anyway for a quarter. So I mean, but we'll see. I would like to see a quarter because what they usually do is the first game 1 series, but he couldn't play in the first game. So I would just like to see him go out for the second game normally, like you do 1 quarter. Then the third game, the dress rehearsal against Kansas City. That'll be really good for his mental aspect because he's back where he got hurt, and he's back there. And I think that's going to be great for him to play a whole half in that, just to get that out of his system.
Bad memories. Tyler, we ran out of time. Tyler, tell you what, I'll see you Friday after that first practice where we hear everything we're going to hear. Hopefully it's going to be good this time. So,
yeah, I'm incredibly excited because I don't care if it's just preseason. I want to win every game.
I know.
I don't care what the history says. I don't care what the history says about teams that win in the preseason. They don't win in regular season. I don't care about that. The Seahawks went 4-0 in the preseason. They made the playoffs like a couple years ago. So,
I mean, all right, Tyler.
So I mean, I want to win every game.
And I agree.
I mean,
but we got to go.
I don't care if it's preseason.
I know, Tyler. You made that clear. We're gonna go. I'll see you Friday.
Yes, sir. Not a part, not for life. Forever faithful. Jimmy G, stay away from the hose. Stay out of LA. Stay locked in. Get better. Can't be throwing 5 picks tomorrow. Pipe bomb.
Oh God. And P. Diggy.
Ronbo.
Yo,
it's been a minute since I called in.
I said P. Diggy. I used to hear from him all the time. P. D. What's up, fam?
Ain't not much, man. Not much. I still be watching, all the time. And it's time for me to call in and chat with Ronbo for a minute here.
P. Diggy, telling you, man. Tell me about it, man. Because you know what? You could Jimmy's Day and anything else that's on your mind. Because we haven't heard anything from you in a while. What are you thinking about this year's team?
Man, I'm gonna start off with the receivers. I'm an alumni of University of South Carolina Gamecock, so big Debo Samuel fan.
Yes.
But when I look at Debo and Jalen Hurd, I mean, what is your take? What do you think? I mean, how soon will those guys become 1 and 2?
I gotta know,
because I think they're going to. I mean, that's just my thoughts, but I mean, I think they're going to be electric. But go ahead.
No, but you remember we had Jerry Rice. We had a 3-headed monster with Rice, of course, standing out way above, but he had some complimentary receivers. When you've got that kind of receiving corner team, let's say Jalen Hurd, and then of course you've got Debo, and you got Dante, and in the slot. I don't know if he's going to come back, but if you've got a healthy, doing what he's been doing before practice, Trent Taylor, Woo! And then if you want to keep a couple more receivers, you go ahead and Kendrick Bourne, because the fact Kendrick Bourne is a miracle worker at times. You know, bring him up as a backup. Excuse me. The 49ers receiving core for years would be just ridiculous. I don't know if we'd be able to keep them all, if we could afford them all. But you know, because after we get 4 years, they're going to say, "Where's my money?" So, yeah.
Is there a plus to keeping Jordan Matthews around just for veteran leadership?
I don't know. Deep Diggy. I'd like to keep him because I figure, for the reason you just mentioned, his veteran leadership, and also he is proven to be good in that red zone. But I think Jalen Hurd might be great in the red zone.
Well, maybe it's not as important to have the veteran leadership, because we got to think about, we got Wes Welker and Miles Austin.
Yeah.
You know, that's working with these receivers.
That's the best veteran leadership you can have. Yeah.
Right. So you think about having those two guys on board working with receivers from that standpoint. I mean, having Jordan Matthews may not mean as much from having that veteran leadership. I do think he's sure-handed. He's a guy. Like, he came in there and made one catch the other day against Dallas, and you know, it was a great catch coming across the middle there. But
well, Dickie, who are you going to put in the slot now that Trent Taylor he's going to be hung up a little more than I think. I think Trent Taylor comes back this year. It won't be until after the bye week. You're going to have to keep a guy. Do you keep Richie James? Who do you think the best guy is in the slot? Dante can run out of the slot. Actually, we have all of them. Debo can run out of the slot. All of them can run out of the slot.
Debo can run out of the slot. Jalen can run out of the slot, just even being as big as he is.
I just realized
when he caught that first touchdown, he came
out of the slot. So,
no. Yeah, I don't know. We can go a number of ways. I just wonder whether Richie is gonna hang around. See, I would rather keep Bourne or Matthews just to keep one more bigger receiver. I mean, we got Jalen Hurd, but I don't know. Richie, even in the return game, we got enough other guys that can do the can do the return game. So I don't know.
Dante, DJ
I don't know.
Reed.
Yeah. I don't know if Richie is gonna make it. But let's go run the running back spot for a minute.
All right.
Will Tevin Coleman be? I mean, what's going to happen with McKinnon? I mean, what are we going to do with McKinnon at this point? Are we going to stash? Are we going to stash him for a little bit?
I think so. At minimum, he stays on the IR for. You get two guys you can pull back off the IR somewhere during the course of the season. I got a feeling Jet might be one, and I guess Garrett Selleck, if they're going to keep him, he'd be the other. Although Selleck's on thin ice. Selleck might be on a permanent IR. He may be on the IR for the season. But he's a little old.
I like Ross. Yeah, I like Ross Dwelly.
Oh, Dwelly. He's already made this team. He could be George's running mate. Actually, I think it is going to be him.
Yeah, I think so. And I would like to see us run Jalen some other tight end spot too, man. Kyle got so many weapons, so you know, he got so much in the repertoire to work with this year. It's ridiculous.
Versatile weapons too, especially Jalen.
I mean,
and Debo too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the talent is on the team. Even when we come back to the defensive side, it's just, you know, Ronbo is just whether we're gonna be able to stay healthy. I mean, I'm trying to hold back the excitement a little bit just because I'm just like, we just can't stay healthy.
Diggy, here's the thing. You've got so much depth this year. If I'm a first stringer on this team, I'm thinking, I better not go down, man. I get there. Dude, take my job and I'll never get back out here again. See, look at the receivers.
I think that's why Trent was pushing through so much
pain.
They said he was hurt.
If I sit down now,
he didn't want to come off that field.
He's probably in the locker room crying when he made him take that X-ray. Coach, I'm all right. Come on, Coach. He knew something was wrong.
He knew Debo and Jalen was right there on his heels waiting for him.
Poor guy. He was having a great camp, too.
A great camp. But, you know, the same with Bosa. I mean, he was having a great. I'm glad to hear that he came out of walking boot today.
Yeah, and he's on the bicycle pedaling around. You know,
what's going on with D Ford? I'm not hearing anything else. So D Ford got an injection? I mean,
he got a PRP.
What's the timeline right now?
I think D is just where's D Ford from?
I don't know.
Hey, I think D is clowning. Maybe his knee may have been hurting a little bit, and he says he has this condition every year. It's interesting that you have this condition right around camp. If I was D's coach, I would say, D, I know you're trying to get out of working during camp. It's okay. I appreciate you because you've earned your place in the NFL. I just want you to know you ain't fooling me. We're going to go ahead and get you that shot in the knee, and you kick back and relax until the first week of the season. And let's get ready to go. Every year you have that problem right around training camp time. That's pretty funny, D. And it goes away. You can't bull BS the BSer. Not me.
What does Solomon Thomas do this year?
Solomon's coming on and he's getting better. He's got Chris Kasorek. He's got some great coaches.
Where are we going to play him at most?
Yeah. Him and Eric Armstead have
Is he
got
on
to
the
figure it
end?
out. He's supposed to be inside.
I think they're looking at yeah, he's supposed to be inside, but we already got Sheldon Day, DJ Jones. Yeah. You got Armstead. You pretty much got to play inside now. So I almost think he got to back Bosa up. Maybe I don't know. Yeah. We got Street. That defensive line is so deep. Julian Taylor. I mean,
Dick, I got to tell you, man. That's going to be something they got to fight out. I can't imagine being the coach. Got to figure that one out. I figure Armstead, since he's best. Solomon does a great job on the run too. Both of them set the edge. This is gonna be good to watch. But fam, we got to stop. I'll see you tomorrow. No, hey, Friday, P. Dick. Since you back, can I see you Friday?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, be looking for you too. All right, fam.
All right.
Have a good night.
All right, take it easy.
You too.
Yes,
sir. And Russo, you and I, we think alike, man. He says, D4 just doesn't want to practice for playing preseason. I don't know that. I knew it. Clinton Green, D4's from Alabama. And Bama is Bama. No, see, they got some hard-working folks in Bama. Look at Kwaski and all them dudes, man. He said, D4 is just being special. It's the Kid 916. What's good, Nine Empire? Back up in this thing week. Big Ronbo, it's Kid. Good to see you, fam. Slim Shady says, I'll be at the game in Denver Monday night, fam. Time to beat these ponies. Slim Shady, hey, fam, contact me, man. We get you get some information from you. Ronbo Sports at gmail.com. Maybe we can hook up and get you into halftime, all right? All right. Cynthia says Jalen will be ready. Boy, he's already ready, Cynthia. Terrence Hicks, the NFL new safety policy is making players soft. I'm in the martial arts. Our dojo trains super physical. Our bodies get callous, and we can take more. Terrence, you and I studied Taekwondo all the time. You know what? I went to tournaments with Bruce Ribs, and we weren't using no flat jackets, but you did learn how to protect. Every move, you just remain conscious. Everything that came in, just make sure, to keep them rigid. Don't turn that body. It's funny. That's a good point. If you can study martial art and continue, you can do football. But they got people working on this with them now, and it's a different activity, so we got to give them a chance. Hey, Vince.
Hi.
Vince?
Bizzle.
Vince.
Hey.
Sup, fam?
Hold on. I want to say something real quick. I know, Hal trying to put me on blast about me cursing last night. So I just...
Vince, he didn't mean nothing. You know what? Because we got a lot of youngins listening, and watching. So, Vince, that was what he was thinking.
No, that's what I was going to say. I was like, hey, when I listen to your show, Ronbo, I've been listening to you since back in the day. Trez was wearing that bag on his head. You got Tito. You had like five callers arguing at one time.
Yeah,
you
all the time.
I go from back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
Red and Gold Radio, baby. Red and Gold Radio. There was no YouTube. Red and Gold Radio.
We used to get down.
So I go back in the day. I've been riding with you. I just didn't want to get blocked. You feel me?
It ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna get blocked. I was just hoping you'd maybe pump the brake on a little bit. But Vince, man, come on, man. We love you, man. Ain't no problem.
Hey, I honestly, I'm from the trades, Ronbo. I'm a welder. My foreman's cussing at me. That's the way we talk.
I know.
You know, I'm in the trades. Baby. I'm in construction. That's the way we talk. I'm sorry if I offend anybody.
Vince, don't worry about it, man.
If anything, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna say parental advisory, explicit language. Kids, go to bed. Put your earmuffs on. So Hal, put your earmuffs on. If you do not like it, put your earmuffs on, please. Hey, I'm hearing all this about Jimmy G throwing those 5 picks. But someone put, that Tom Brady threw 4 picks today too.
And he ain't throwing. And Rodgers be throwing picks. You know, everybody throws picks. It's not just Jimmy.
Hey, like Allen Iverson said, this is practice. We talking about practice. We talking about practice, you know? You know, that's my trade talk. Sorry if I offend you little kids out there. But listen at your own risk when I come on, okay? Because I got my little youngins too. They're 4 and 6. They be listening. They be hearing cuss words. I don't call in and say, hey, come on, guys, let's keep it down. You know, I'm like, nah, dude. This is Niner talk, baby. This is raw. Is this raw or not? This is raw every day. It's not Monday Night Raw. It's this is Ronbo Raw. Ronbo Raw Sports, baby. Red and Gold Radio.
Well, Vince, go ahead and express yourself,
man. I wanted to come and address it. You know, I still don't want to get blocked, Ronbo. You feel me? Because I love what you do. Been rocking with you for a long time.
That's right.
And it's like church. You know, you're my church right here.
No, Vince, too much, man.
You're my church every day. For real, Ronbo. I appreciate what you do. I just want to come in and address it. You know, I just don't want to get blocked. Love you, Ronbo. Love you for what you do.
Thanks,
you know, Niner Empire, baby. Niner faithful. You know how we do. We're gonna do good. Let's get that bowl, baby. Let's get that bowl. You know, all this. Hey, I don't mind. I don't want to see none of our starters in the preseason. I do not want to see none of them. I can do without it. You know,
Jimmy, for a couple minutes.
I don't want them to put in Jimmy G. I don't even want them to put Jimmy G. You sit there, you relax, just don't mess around with these porn stars, and you're good. You know.
That may be good for him, you know, because they may tire him out, so he can tell the coach, I don't know if I can make it today, you know. So and then Vince will have to be made to sit down. He'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I kept it short, Ronbo. So Hal, put your earmuffs on, okay, player?
Vince,
put your earmuffs on and put the kids to bed early, baby. Nah, it's all love. We're all Niner faithful. We're all Niner Empire. All right, Ronbo, I just want to come through real quick. I got to go back to work. You know how foremans act. They want to start throwing wrenches and start throwing crap around the shop. Vince, I got to get back.
I hear you, fam. You go ahead.
Much love, baby. Much love, baby. Hey.
Thanks, Vince.
Much love,
Back
Ronbo.
at you, fam. All right.
You have a good night.
You too, fam.
Niner faithful.
Yeah.
Ron Bizzle, my nizzle for shizzle.
I love when he does that. Night, Vince. Oh, man. Yeah, Vince is cool. You know, and actually, I have worked in the trades. I was going to tell him that. So, you know, yeah, that is a normal vernacular. So it doesn't mean anything vicious. Deshaun.
What's up, Ronbo?
Deshaun, man. Where is that? Because everybody got freaking out. Because we saw a man who never makes mistakes made 5 in a row today. And we're sitting thinking, wow, what's his leg all right? Was his arm hurting? What's wrong with his shoulder? What, he couldn't see? What the heck's going on? So, you know, everybody's freaking out. So, Deshaun, did you freak out?
I didn't freak out at all. I mean, I'd rather freak out last week when the D was good. The D was playing good. It's playing good, but right now, I ain't not freaking out about that. That is practice.
There you go. We got to take it on stride. Learned a lot of things, most likely, you know. And, you know, Kyle was coaching the defense, too. I thought Kyle was joking when he said that in his press conference. He wasn't playing. Kyle was over the other side saying, here's what you guys do.
Man, Kyle got to give it up, man. This is it here, man. This is where, you know, him and John Lynch, you know, they come together and third season, they're gonna have to just throw it up, man. And so I'd rather him to do that because if you don't do that, then nothing's gonna go. Nothing's gonna go through us. Make it even harder.
That's it. That
If
defense.
you have an offensive coordinator yelling at you.
But you know what? Nobody's tired of getting their butt handed to them more than the 49ers. That's why I know this year they've been hoping that they got just the right reinforcements to now to come back. Now look at L.A. and say Seattle. Now, let's get busy. See, now we got people on both sides of defense. You got pushed up the middle. You don't even, Deshaun, by the time you get through talking about the offense, your mouth will be tired. Look, Deshaun, give me your starting unit on offense.
Okay, my starting unit going to be Jimmy G at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line is kind of beat up, so
finish your backfield. Finish your backfield. Who you got? Who's your running backs?
I'm going to stay with man.
T. Coleman. Matty B.
Breeder. It's going to be Matt Breeder, Kyle Juszczyk. I'm staying with those two in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
My two wideouts going to be Marquise Goodwin, and it's going to be tough because I'm thinking more of Kendrick Bourne because he had a good practice. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Kendrick Bourne. It's going to be the wideout, and then I'm going to put Dante Pettis in the middle because of Trent Taylor's injury.
Hey, interesting.
George Kittle going to be the tight end, so that's going to be my starting lineup for the offense.
I wonder about putting Dante in a slot, but you know what? As long as Dante does not worry about going across the middle of the field, you know what I'm saying? All right. He needs that, actually, so he can get over some of his phobias. Come on, Dante, you're wearing equipment. Put one of them all-star moves on that slot corner cover man because he can't deal with you. I like that lineup. And I'm a huge Kendrick Bourne fan. So I like it, Deshaun.
Yeah, man. I love some Kendrick Bourne, man. He came into the league, man. I said, man, this guy's going to be something. All you got to do is he just got to get stronger. He gets, get his mind right, and then
focus.
He'll be all right.
Not.
Pettis.
Yeah. That's
Dante Pettis. I said the slot because he may have his second year role, and he's having that right now. So maybe that slot.
Because
a little bit more confident.
You're right.
Maybe next year I'll probably put him back at number one receiver.
Yeah, because you know what? This is Dante's year. Actually, if you look at George Kittle last year, and he really worked hard in the offseason last year to have the season he had. But Dante's put on some size a little bit this year. He's not huge, but you can tell he's stronger. Neck got bigger than everything else. So he's ready to go. But Deshaun, when you gonna use Jalen Hurd? Because he's looking like he could be a serious problem for defenses. And Deebo Samuel's pretty tough too. You gonna bring the kids along slowly, or how you gonna do?
Jalen Hurd, I'm gonna put him when we get to the red zone. Once we get to the red zone, I'll put Jalen Hurd in the game so they can run that fade route on their ass.
It ain't nothing.
And then I switch it up. Then I put Deebo Sanders. If I want to go deep, I go Deebo Sanders.
Hey, that's a nice. That could work because Deebo's.
Yeah.
He proved something the other day.
Yes,
I can't wait to see Denver.
Man, I'm hoping they're gonna play the two corners. Don't they have two corners? Denver.
In Denver? No, I want to see our guys play against them two corners. I forget his name. One of them we were trying to get, but I know what you're talking about. I want to see our guys against them because Dallas. Well, them boys. Anyway, this is gonna be a better as far as the defense goes. This is gonna be a better challenge. Y'all see Texas? Boy, I know he got something to say. Get him. Go ahead.
Well, I tell you what, I ain't worried about Dallas. They just a bunch of cheaters. They always put their first string out there, taking ballers all day long, and get a little preseason win. But that didn't happen. I mean, Dre Greenlaw made that. He the one that made that happen.
I know.
Shut down. I should give my defense starting lineup too.
Hey, yeah, you know what? Cool. Let me have that because we got a minute left here. I think we do. Go ahead.
Okay, let me have Nick Bosa at the one end. The other end should be what's that guy name?
I can't practice in the summertime for it.
I'm gonna have his behind on the other end. Then I'm gonna have Eric Armstead and DePaul Buckner in the middle. The linebacker is gonna be Juan Alexander or Fred Warner and Drake Greenlaw, the outside linebackers.
You got him.
I'm gonna have Ricky Sherman and Keller. I still love Keller Witherspoon. I want to see him out. Then I have Kwasi Tart and
in the box.
Colbert, my two safeties.
AC back in the box. Okay. And that would be a big confidence builder for him, too. I think AC, I don't know where his mind is. He says he's getting it together now. He had some issues last year. He didn't give detail as to what the issues were. But I think he'll be ready to roll this year. And he says he's more interested not in a position on the field or ranking, but just to get himself back to playing Adrian Colbert football as he did in 2017. So we'll see what he develops into. 49ers going to be patient with him. So there you go.
Well, his aggressiveness is going to really show. I understand, he got kicked out of the game, but this time, I think he's going to be another Ryan Lott. I'm a hard-hitting safety kind of fan.
You must like Antoine Exum then too, because I got a photo. They caught it. Antoine is got he's leaning forward. The cowboy is like, and when you hit a man hard enough, his hands are up. Like he got hit so hard, he's being folded up as he's going back. I gotta post that photo up. I love it. And Exum's leaning over him like. That needs to be a big.
I want to try to get on Sports Illustrated too. Put a picture on my wall.
There you go. Hey, the show we gonna go. Hey man, look for you Friday if you get some time, huh?
I'll try to get in there, my man.
I hope so. Be looking for you. All right, fam. Have a good night.
Thank you, Robert.
Thank you. Oh man. So. As a third eye open who says, just finished brick by brick. I like Exum. He's got me Exum. What? Exum hits a man. The man know he been hit. Woo-hoo. Sir Garcia, what's up? Chris Barker says, Kyle likes receivers who can return kicks and punts and running backs who can catch the ball out of the backfield. True. If you can do those things, I think you have a good chance of making this team. That's absolutely true. That's it. They went after these guys. Look at Debo and Jalen. Those guys fit that profile up, down, and all day. Red and gold for life. Torres. We need O-line help bad. I'm surprised we didn't get that in this year's draft. We ran out of picks. This is besides school. A seventh-round pick, not good enough. We need to protect our $127 million investment, SMH. Yeah. They ran out of picks. And Kyle was going to get his guys this year. You figure the first round, second, you had to get Nick in the first round. And, of course, they went second and third. You know what happened. And they got one of the best kickers. I got a feeling he's going to have a lot of impact on the games this year. You picked up Tim Harris, and we needed that one more cornerback, and he looks promising, actually. So every pick they made this year is worth a dang. I almost said, you notice I put G on you. But anyway, Kenny says, Ronbo, this Kyle running defense today and getting 5 NTs on Jimmy G say something about Robert Saleh. Remember, as I say, we need to remember where to designate blame. Last year, everybody blamed Robert Saleh for everything. But you notice Jeff Hafley, the secondary coach, is one who got excused. If I'm the coordinator and these people are working for me and I didn't exactly hire them, if Hafley's messing up, and you heard earlier tonight, Spoon's cousin said, man, Hafley, basically, I was out there just on athleticism. I'm saying, Saleh's got the weapons he needs now. Now, if he took over, he also knows what Jimmy's capable of and what's going on offense. So it's a little bit of a disadvantage, especially with Kyle, because Kyle goes over and says he puts those defensive guys in position to play. Well, that's not really fair. So if Kyle goes back on his side of the field, it's a chess game between him and Salah, and then it's more equal up. So no, I'm not going to blame Salah for that. Red and gold for life. Hey, Torres, week 1 Niners win 35-3. Jimmy G throws for 375 yards and 3 TDs. Bosa gets 2.5 sacks. Buck gets 1.5. I guess he's one of those half that Bosa starts. Hurd gets 115 with 2 TDs. Brady gets 125 yards rushing and 1 TD. Let's go! I love it. Red gold for life, Torres. I love that, but it's make sure you know who you get. If you go by red and gold Tortoise, you know with your fantasy team who's going to be on it. And Jamel Fagan. Hey, Jamel, how you doing today, fam? Doing all right? Hope so. Jamel says, I'm going to email you some things about my testimony. Just too many people tonight, so talk to you tomorrow. All right. Then Friday, Jamel, we'll be back Friday. We'll take tomorrow off with the team. Ray Histo, the Empire will concur all this year. 12-4, baby. Mr. Block Eyes 2-2. It says, in the next game, our chemistry should come together on both sides of the ball. The ones that are trying to make the team work hard and play hard, sky's the limit. Absolutely. Except for Beavers. Now, Beavers only comes in if there's nobody else to play. Ooh, that dude's got, he cannot play. Just big, but can't do nothing with the big. Of course, he walks into a club up ahead of you and you walk behind him, ain't nobody gonna mess with you. That dude is huge. Some 10 for nut 10s. I love what you do. Hey, I was screaming at fans the day after you're on. I hope to call in. Hey, man, I'm working when you're on. Military, fam. Love you anyway. But hey, I'm looking for you, man. Something for nut 10. Get on in there when you get a chance. We're waiting. Mr. Black Eyes 2-2, Midnight Nacron here. Hey, Ohio. Not Empire for life, just get the chemistry going on both sides of the ball. Go 49ers, just stay healthy. Please. And the ones trying to make the team work hard. Well, it's painfully, but we don't know all these guys. So some of the guys that leave, we'll probably say, who's that? Mr. Block Eyes says Kittles will make things open for our receivers. That's, Child's going to scheme things. This is one thing you never have to worry about with the 49ers. There's going to be people open all the time. He's got all the weapons he needs. There's no weak spots. He's got the speed element. He's got the power element. He's got the finesse. Kyle is assembled. He might as well be one of those guys, those shows, the movies where the guy goes out and somebody gives one guy, we're going to give you the job. We want you to break over that border. And you're going to be, it's going to be one of those missions where we're going to have to call it, it's a secret mission. So you've got to get it done. Can you get it done? We're going to give you these guys. I'll take the job, but I'll pick out my mercenaries. Okay, so that's Kyle. Kyle goes out and gets all his guys now. He's assembled the Expendables. Look out! Here they come! Niners knock them cold. He says, love your fam, love the show, love the chat. We all a family. God bless all. Niners knock them cold. You know this, man. Hey, looks like we're going to say, fam, go ahead and kick back tomorrow. I'm going to go watch a repeat of Brick by Brick and see you Friday as we're in Denver. Yes. And remember, if I've asked you to make sure, RonboSports.com, if you're going to be at a Denver game, of RonboSports.com, Ronbo Sports at Gmail. Contact me, let me know so we can hook up during the halftime and see what your feelings are on the game. Niners! Oh, don't forget that like, fam. See you Friday.